Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we attack the GOAT debate head on, where we challenge all Michael Jordan fans and all LeBron detractors to who is the GOAT of basketball. You can catch us every Sunday noon Eastern Time, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, for the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Also, we go live Friday nights with the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where you catch special shows and content as a GOAT James Kingdom follower and subscriber. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content.
LeBron has won so many of these and ones, especially when he was in Cleveland, to see him come back home and grab it. It's those kind of things that goes with this story right here.
My favorite finals moments, there were 3 of them, and that was with this guy. Because I got to present the trophy 3 times. When Detroit won, when San Antonio won a couple of times, it was a treat I'll never forget.
Probably seeing LeBron get his first championship, the beginning of legacy.
Lots of memories in this trophy, like all the way back to 1986 Larry Bird team. Where's the little Toronto Raptors on this one?
The Toronto Raptors, when they won in a championship, nobody thought they could do it. But it's just a valiant effort from Pascal and Kawhi and Fred VanVleet. I miss those guys, man.
Favorite moment when they put me in at the end of the game. You know what I mean? And, it was my last year and I hit the last bucket of the, so hey.
Miami won their first one in 2006 with us. Being with Zoe, D-Wade, Shaq, all of them, Antoine Walker, James Posey, White Chocolate. We was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? We had a chance to beat Dallas. It was satisfying to me because I was an OG and I got it.
Yeah, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I grew up watching those guys, in the 80s. Obviously the transition with Kobe and Shaq in the 90s and early 2000s. So.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. As y'all know, we do this every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership as we provide exclusive content, material, and access as GOAT James Kingdom members and the GOAT James Kingdom community continues to grow. Peace and blessings to y'all who are here following us and watching us here today. Also, we are live on our Facebook group and also on our IG account. Actually, no, the IG account actually just went down. So we ain't live on IG. But either way, we here like we are every Sunday on YouTube. That's why you might as well just join us here on YouTube because there's never no issues. Brandon and I are here like usual. What's good, Brandon?
What is good, everybody?
All right, we getting ready. We're going to have some fun here. We got our normal guys here in the panel as usual. We got Craig, John, and T Perfect. What's good, gentlemen?
Ooh.
Game 7.
Oh.
The Pacers in 7, John.
Oh, my, yeah. Right, you had that since February, right? That's what you told me last
January,
night?
actually.
Since January? Yeah, since January. Yeah, I know exactly what you said in January.
We're still waiting on that clip.
That imagemarry clip.
Yeah, that imaginary clip. Let's see if any GJK members. Peace out to Marcus. If any GJK members remember Travis saying he had the Pacers back in February. Peace and blessings to Wayne Gant. What's good? What's good? We see all the GJK members in the building. What's popping? What's popping? Thank you for that one. Yes. And thank you for letting us know about the Shaq thing, because we wouldn't have noticed it if you didn't say anything about it as well. Shout out to you. Juan Boy is in the building. Peace and blessings. Obviously, if you're a King's Guard member, you are eligible to join today's panel, as the link is already available to all King's Guards members. Lamont, check all your damn spammers, man. They're already spamming at 12 noon and early in the morning.
Can't comment on your post. Don't come up here.
Shout out to Keep It 100. That's right. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Also, shout out to Zero in the building. I see all y'all in here. Oh, yeah, we about to have some fun. We are here. We're going to be talking Game 7s of the NBA Finals, right?
Finally, the topic Jordan's not a part of.
Oh, yay. We're not going to have to talk about Jordan at all, but I guarantee you, as SD Jeffrey will bring him up eventually, for the sake of an argument. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Game 7s, obviously, in lieu of the NBA Finals, right? We know this Game 7 tonight, OKC Thunder, Indiana Pacers. Series is tied 3-3. So before we get to all the other Game 7s, let's get your take, Brandon. Where do you think this game is going to go? Do you think it's going to fall in any pantheon of the greatest Game 7s ever?
I mean, you don't really know if it's going to fall. I know they don't have any legendary players yet. You know, when LeBron and Kobe and Duncan, they were in their game finals, you know, that's legendary. Magic. So, you know, I believe it's going to be a hard-fought game. I believe the Pacers is going to bring it. So it's going to be up to OKC to withstand their pressure. But they are playing at home, so they do have that advantage.
That's true. That is true. What about you, T Perfect? Do you think this game is going to be one of those games that we're going to talk about forever?
Definitely could be. And I mean, it's been a great series so far. I mean, obviously Game 6 or was whatever, but I mean, it's been hard fought. It's just, but Brandon's right. I mean, even though there's no like huge star power, and these aren't really storied franchises, I mean, relatively speaking, I think it still could be a great game because there's just been great basketball this entire series. So I think it could go down as a fantastic Game 7. You know, because both teams really seem to want it, and it had no business going Game 7. I mean, according to a lot of people, like you know, on a lot of shows and everything, and John. So I think it'll be a great game regardless.
True. I hear that. What about you, John? What do you think?
I believe the total opposite of what Brandon said. I think it's going to be up to the Pacers to bring it because OKC had a bad game, and they normally don't have two bad games in a row. So I think OKC going to be at home. They're going to be ready to play. They had a bad game. They was embarrassed in the last game. I still think it's going to be a good game because I actually think the Pacers are going to bring it. So I think it's going to be one of them games to watch. But I don't think we realize a lot of games are iconic until a little while later. When you're in the middle of it, when you're watching it, you don't realize it. And sometimes right afterward, you don't realize it. I mean, the only time I felt like a game was like iconic as I was watching, Brandon explained it yesterday, was 16 final, Game 7, Golden State and Cleveland. I mean, in the middle of it, you could see, I mean, both teams was bringing it, and it was one of them iconic games that, hey, you're going to be mad that you didn't watch it live. So, I mean, you never know until the middle of it, but most of the time, you don't know something's iconic until it's over.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. That is true. That's true. I had OKC and 7, says Twain Gant, looking for let's see. Hey, listen, it's gonna be a good game, man. What about you, Craig, man? It's Game 7. What do you think is gonna happen? You think this is gonna be one of them games that's gonna go down in history?
It's only gonna be memorable if one of the stars have a memorable game. That's the only way you're gonna remember this game. They gonna have to have because remember, this is a Game 7. This is like best of one. Like whoever win this is the champion for a couple of months. So
for a year.
Yeah, man. It's going. I like I said, I can't wait. You know, tonight we're gonna do the play-by-play, so we're gonna watch it tonight. Shout out to Mr. Duke in the building. He says here, OKC the better team, but it's hard for me to bet against the Pacers in the Game 7. The Pacers not even supposed to be here. All the pressure is on the Thunder to win at home. That's true. That's true. I see you commenting, but not with the GJK badge. That means you're on the wrong channel. come on over to the channel where there's no spamming going on. Come to GJK.
I don't understand when they say the Pacers do not have any pressure. People have been saying the Pacers are do not have any pressure. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
I don't know either.
Well, I mean, there's pressure, but like they're not going to be like, oh, Pacers they choke. What a big disappointment because they didn't win 68 games. They don't have the league MVP. Like, they weren't like heavy favorites to even make the finals, right? Or get past any of their playoff series. But I mean, I see what you mean. Obviously, you want to win.
Expectation, Brandon. Expectation.
Yeah. Expectation for who?
Meaning that
for who?
Remember, if you're expected to win, you need to win. If you're not expected to win, you can lose.
According to who?
According to the Zesty Jeffrey logic.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is the most pressure everyone in the Pacers have ever had in their life in basketball.
The Pacers were the Eastern Conference Finals last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
OKC got put out in the second round last year. I mean, the next step is Pacers in the finals and OKC in the Western Conference Finals. The Pacers may be the one team that's supposed to be here, and not OKC.
Well, no. I mean, did anyone have them not have Cleveland or Boston coming out? No.
What does that have to do with the Pacers, though? Not having pressure. That's what fans think that is not in the game. They have a lot of pressure.
It's game 7.
Anytime
I think they're playing free, man. I don't think they're going to think like that.
They are definitely not. That's definitely how they're thinking.
Craig, what was you about to say?
No, I was gonna say there's never no like with the pressure thing. I mean, like you said, they wasn't supposed to. No one thought they would be here because everybody was talking about Cleveland. It's no pressure as far as if they lost, it's not gonna take a hit on. Oh gosh, you went to the finals. They say because no one thought they would be here. So it's a plus for them whether they win or lose today. But it will be a bonus for them to win because no one was expecting them to be there. Like if you expect a team to win. And they win, okay, but if you don't expect the team to win,
sounds like gamblers. Sounds like somebody out here.
The heavy favorites come from gambling. If people know who the favorites are.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like gamblers.
Sound like Travis put pressure on them. He said they was gonna be here.
Travis said it. I remember he said it was.
Travis is already flip flopping.
The calendar year when
already flip flopping.
The calendar year when he said it was in 2024. I remember he said it 2024. He said that the Pacers were going to win the championship.
I see pressure.
Right.
I seen it.
This reminds me of the 2016 finals, right? Like you have the heavy number 1 seed. They won a historic amount of games, but they have the MVP. And then you have Cleveland. Cleveland wasn't favored to come out of the East, right? Pretty sure.
They said Cleveland and
Boston or Cleveland and Boston. It definitely wasn't the Pacers.
Yeah, it wasn't the Pacers.
Definitely wasn't the Pacers that year.
Mr. Duke said there's no pressure. There's no pressure because the Pacers not supposed to be here. Again, not supposed to be. I don't know what that means neither. OKC have the MVP, 2 players on the all defensive team. They made history this season. Pacers win either way. I guess so. I mean,
if you was to say, someone said in September that the Pacers is going to be in a Game 7 of the 2025 NBA Finals in September 2024, you would not believe them.
That's what I'm saying. Of course not. That's why we didn't believe Travis when he said it. Nobody was listening to Travis then. Nobody heard him say that nonsense. Nobody was trying to pay attention to that.
Listen to me.
He was fabricating stuff here. We know he was fabricating stuff.
And we still waiting on it.
But I mean. Yeah, I still waiting on the
I'll find it. I swear to God, I'm going to find it.
Okay, but okay, we all know Game 7s do mean something, though, right? Whose legacy is riding more? Is SGA's legacy or Halliburton here?
The only legacy is SGA, ain't
it? That's easy. That's SGA.
That's what most people would say. Legacy, his legacy for that. The Zesty Jeffries can't wait to pounce on him after they were praising him for making it. They couldn't wait.
Yeah, they're ready.
I mean, is a legacy game? I mean, it's his 7th year. What 7th year? I mean, so if he has a great game and still loses, I don't think he takes a hit, right? If he does a complete no show, and they either still win or worse lose, then I mean maybe, but
You think if he
I
go
don't know.
51, you think if he go 51, 8-8 and lose, you think he won't take a hit?
I mean, it depends. Like, what do you mean by like take a hit? Will people say, "Oh, he can't be great"? I mean, I don't. I think it's a little early to say it's a legacy game for him. He has to perform because he is the MVP. You know, I mean, yeah, it just depends like what we're comparing him to. You know, like other grades who were. It's tough. I mean, every finals is like a legacy, right? Yeah. Especially if you're like the best player in the league.
I just know a player who.
Listen, listen.
That's wrong, Mr. Duke. I did.
It means in the panels pick the pace in the left column. He says, I'm with T Perfect on that one. Shout out to you, Marcus. Someone says, let me see. I just saw the comment here. It says here, y'all call everything a legacy game. Well, no, that's not true, sir. Because in reality, right, when we're talking about game sevens actually do mean something, right? Yeah. And at the end of the day, you can't just dismiss it because you don't have your favorite player to reference anything to. And we're talking about the greatest game sevens of all time. I mean, this is just a lot of hate in y'all bones when it comes to this stuff, man. Like,
it just depends on the player. It depends on the player about game sevens. So
yeah. I mean, we all know Bill Russell said it best, right? He said game sevens, right? He said those are the two best words in sports, right? And for some reason, right, these guys don't want to give him recognition for saying that because in reality, Bill Russell's been dominant when they talk about game sevens for the NBA Finals. Basically,
32 and 3.
Yeah. So basically, right, between 1951 and 1969, right, which we will all call I guess we want to call the pre-classic era, the pre-dynastic era. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess you want to say
pre-basketball.
Okay, let's say pre-merger. We can say pre-merger because we're not counting some of the 70s, right? But let's just say, or just say finals MVPs, right? Mm-hmm. There were 9 game sevens in the finals. Bill Russell played in 5 of them. Not to mention he played in a whole bunch of other game sevens in the playoffs. But this is what he did in the finals. His rookie season, 1957, 1932-2 to win the NBA championship as a rookie. And then he goes into 1960. He puts up 22, 35, and 4. Now, mind you, we're not even counting his blocks and steals. It's not even there. Then he goes up against the Lakers in 62. He puts up 30, 40, and 4. Yeah. Then he goes in 1966 and goes up for 25, 32. And then in his last game in his NBA career as a player coach, he goes for 6, 21, and 6. Now, mind you, he led them in rebounds and assists in that game.
30, 40, and 4 is crazy.
But
I want to see their shooting percentage. For how do you have 40 rebounds?
I don't even think NBA players today, teams miss that many shots.
In the day where there was no goaltending, so I'm pretty sure a lot of those rebounds with him snatching the ball from the air and putting and they call it.
He was Angel Reason out there, dude.
Yes.
You know what? I think I got his points per game wrong. I don't think it was 24. I think it was 20.
Yeah, it came in 20. I think you took the first 4.
Yeah, that was a mistype. That was a mistype. You got to excuse me. I made this early right before the show. It was supposed to be, it's 20.4, but it's 20.4. But either way, this is why game sevens always mattered. Because when we talk about winning, the most crucial parts being the most important games in NBA history, this is why Bill Russell was always out here giving out the trophy every NBA Finals.
Because it's named after him.
Right? Because he represented the idea of winning, and that's what game sevens mean. Game sevens means the most important game in NBA in any sport, but especially in the NBA, and you got to perform to the utmost when we talk about that. Right?
Johnny, the miss number didn't change anything for me. You said it's not 24.4, it's 20.4. That's still,
it's 20 point. Yeah, 4 yeah, exactly. Crazy. It's still great. It's still I know it's still crazy. And it's and what they call it a playoff riser, right? It's way better than what he normally does. Right. So he obviously steps up in game sevens, right? So game sevens are important. Yeah. That's why Bill Russell was always known as the greatest winner of all time in sports. But then on top of that, if we go to some other memorable game sevens in NBA history, we all know we all know 1970 game, right? Where Willis Reed popped out with the hamstring injury, I think it was, or the groin injury, hit a jump shot, and then sat his behind down and let Walt Frazier and them win a championship for him while he grabbed the finals MVP. But Walt Frazier put up 36, 19, and 7 in that game 7 in 1970 to beat the Los Angeles Lakers, who had Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, and Elgin Baylor.
Where's Twin Man?
Right? He said, "Where's Twin Man? Don't get Twin Man and King John started here. Don't get them started here."
It's the Knicks.
He said it's the Knicks. It's the Knicks, right? And then I mean, there was a couple of other 1970s NBA Finals that went Game 7. I think 1975 or 1974 went Game 7 with Boston and somebody else. And I think the Washington Bullets went Game 7 as well. Somewhere I think it was 78 or something like that. But then we get to 1980.
Put Paul Gasol up there and not Kobe. That's hating.
Why? Oh, that's not hating. That's not hating. The box score and the game score says Paul Gasol was the best player that game.
Facts.
Yeah, all day. That should
Okay.
have been MVP.
If Bill Russell is going to be over like Tom Heinsohn, then
we're just naming the top performers, right, of that game, not of the finals, not the finals MVP. The guy who was the top performer for the winning team in a Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
All of them should have been Finals MVP, right?
Yeah, all of them. There's not one person
I mean,
on the list who should have been Finals MVP.
I mean, Maxwell played well in '84 in Game 7, but Bird obviously won the Finals MVP. That Worthy won because of his performance in the Game 7 in 1988. He had 36, 16, 10, and 2 steals.
Yeah, that's
It was
my favorite
38?
player right there.
Okay.
Yeah, 38. But it's close.
You should have put the 2018 Finals. When I know it wasn't going Game 7, but
there was no Game 7.
Yeah,
that one only went 4.
Yeah, Steph Curry is the Finals MVP that year.
Oh,
Eugene's Worthy should have slept on.
He should have been.
And then we had 1994, right? We talked about that on the Friday episode. It was on one episode, right? We talked about how Akeem dominated Patrick Ewing. So he had a good game, 25, 10, and 7, balling as well. We obviously y'all brought up 2010, right? And obviously, like I said, we all know Kobe was 6 of 24 in that game, but Kobe did have
15 rebounds
and 15 rebounds. Exactly. Kobe was out there grabbing boards, even though he was missing shots. So that reflects some good on that behalf. And obviously, we got the GOAT, which we always know steps up in the Game 7, 37, 12, 4, and a Game 13 where Chris Bosh had 0 points, Ray Allen had 0 points.
So those the reason LeBron won, right? Was because he had Ray Allen.
Oh yeah, he had Ray Allen. So he was saved, and then obviously, and let's not forget the greatest finals performance of all time. And in a Game 7, LeBron James pulls up a triple double: 27, 11, 11, 2 and 3 blocks. Not to mention one of the most crucial blocks in NBA history.
That's not better than Worthy's triple double. 36.
No, yeah, Worthy's better.
Worthy ain't get 3 blocks. Did he get the crucial block?
Double. You said nothing. You said triple double.
You didn't need it.
I know, but now I got to add some more because they both got a triple double.
Then say he had a better game. Don't say he had a better triple double.
And in reality, in 1988, he faced a team that had no All NBA player, no All Defensive player on their roster. 120 point per game score.
That wasn't even better than 2013 LeBron.
By far, the Warriors are better than the Detroit Pistons. I tell you that much.
Nobody. In 2016, his a small forward position only averaged 9 points per game to start a small forward. That don't count. Get out of here.
Oh, but wait a minute. Well, how about this though? Did Detroit have somebody get 32 points and 15 rebounds in a game like the Cleveland like the Warriors did in Game 7?
No, they played defense.
The joke went over your head.
No, that one did because I was taking my sip. What did you say? Say it again.
No,
is it still funny? Second time?
When you said about LeBron having 27, 11, 11 in 2016, I said yeah, but the person that started small forward, which his position only averaged 9 points in the finals, so it don't matter.
Okay, that's true though. You're right, but you know what? Stephen Curry only had 17 points and was 6 of like 18.
Stephen Curry is not a small forward. That is not his position.
I know that, but yeah, that's fine. But that small forward's job was not to score. His job was to stop LeBron. He didn't. 27, 11, and 11.
Well, who was the small forward for Detroit again?
Was it John Sally? Dennis Rodman?
No,
We
Dennis
averaged like
Rodman.
It was Adrian
we
Dantley.
averaged 4
Adrian
points a
Dantley?
game.
Adrian
Yeah.
Dantley was the Lord.
I don't think Adrian Dantley averaged 20 points per game in that series.
I have to go look at it again. Yeah. Mamba Focus, you're wrong. Prime Shaq is better than any version of Luca, and so that's a stupid comparison.
But you know what's crazy about the research that I did with this, right? Is that out of all the finals that we all seen in our lifetime, there's one finals I didn't even remember, and I totally forgot went 7 games. The 2005 finals.
I knew he was going to say 2005.
Yeah, I completely forgot that series went
Detroit.
7 games.
I can't believe they won 7 games.
Yeah,
well, it should have been ended in 6 if the Pistons didn't blow the game.
Oh, so the Pistons were up 3-2. See, I don't even remember
the Pistons lost the last 2 games of that series.
Yeah, the Pistons blew Chauncey Billups blew the game in the last minute.
Wow. So I know what's it called. And when I went back and looked at the stats, though, Ginobili was really the best player of that game in Game 7. I think Tim Duncan had 25 points, but he was 10 of 27 from the field. So it took him 27 attempts to get to that 25.
That's why they robbed him in 07 of Finals MVP, because they know he robbed Ginobili.
Well,
Why would they give it to Dan?
2007? They gave it to Park in 2007.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, so these are some memorable NBA Finals Game 7s in NBA history. Like I said, obviously there was those prior to that where Bill Russell dominated them. There were some ones more in the 50s. The Knicks and the Pistons played, and then like the Nationals and the Lakers were in some with George Mikan and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's true what he says, man. The 2 greatest words in sports is a Game 7. We all remember Game 7s and memorable moments in Game 7. So I'm actually looking forward to tonight's game. I really think it's going to be phenomenal. I really think it's going to be really good, man.
I can't wait for it, because I was the last Game 7 that I was like on pins and needles for was a 2010, because that game was like palpable. Like you were sweating. I mean, it was full of great storylines. There was GOATs in it. You had the Lakers Celtics. I mean, Kobe had probably some of the best performances of his career earlier in the series.
Hit that 3. Oh my God. You should have seen
Yeah, like that game was so tense. It was crazy. Like it was like a defensive war. Like nobody shot well. It was just pins and needles, man. And like
I was in a club full of Lakers fans, and Ron Artest hit that shot. You should have seen. You.
Oh, that's when I was a Lakers fan too. But tonight's game should be amazing.
Oh, it should be phenomenal. I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Yeah, I was definitely rooting against the Lakers. Then Ron Artest. Meta World Peace.
So clutch. He's like with Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher?
Kobe always struggled versus
Derek Fisher, I mean, was just clutch throughout his career, basically. Like very timely shots from that man.
Yeah, he had a game winner in that series too.
Hey, Derek Fisher, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah.
In a game. You steal your girl in the game.
Yeah, I'm talking about stealing girls. That seemed to be common in the NBA, bro.
Yeah, that's
they get passed around. You're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Not wives though. Wives, I get the girls, but wives.
What's the
you out here
difference?
sleeping with teammates' wives? He said, "What's the difference?"
I mean, in the NBA, I know it's real difference out here, but in the NBA,
well, Fisher wasn't even playing.
NBA
Right?
wise for a reason.
He was with the Knicks, like as a manager. So I don't know.
you see what they did to Steve Nash was crazy.
Dude, Tony Parker got cheated on, right? Like, even Longoria was getting nice
There's
with
all kinds of stories. Yeah, there's all kinds of stories. I mean, even we got the story of how this dude Karl Malone was trying to holler at Kobe's wife.
Kobe's wife.
Yeah, like, yo, come on, you shit. And then look,
He was there to get a ring. He didn't care where it came from.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's crazy, yo.
Somebody gonna give me a ring.
The Doug Christie story is crazy though.
Yeah, but supposedly it's not true.
It's not true.
Apparently it's not true.
It's not true.
Okay,
dude, Johnny, we got the next King Zesty up in here, man. If he comes on, this Mamba Focus dude.
Mamba Focus. Oh,
he has like some of the worst takes ever.
The guy with the 18 accounts?
It probably is him.
Peace and blessings to Michael from Greece, always popping in on the GJK show. As y'all know, we are international as well, just like the NBA. We have fans across the waters. So, yeah, man.
Out,
But yeah, I mean, like I said, tonight's game should be a great Game 7. We haven't had one since LeBron's Game 7, and obviously we all know how great that was. There was a video I saw the other day of this old man. Like, he was just so happy that the Cavs won that night. He was like, I gotta tell you, he went through torment, 50 years of torment, and he finally saw his team win a championship. That's crazy. Or I guess
that happens when you're a Browns fan.
Man, I root for Jalen Williams Finals MVP.
Kyrie Irving got robbed.
Kobe has 2 legit Finals MVPs. You got what you got. You don't vote for the media. You ain't a part of it, so you can't be upset at who they vote for. It is what it is. You get voted for your series, and not for a game. So
Gasol was best throughout the series too. So,
dude, Kobe in Game 3 in that series was otherworldly.
I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna be like how they do when they try to take away Paul Gasol's All NBA and say he only made the All NBA team because he was with Kobe.
I didn't have to wait that long for my team to win the NBA Finals, so I was like 11 when my team won it. So when people tell me their stories, I waited 40, 50 years. I was like, damn, that's a lifetime. I did not go through it.
I waited a long time for my favorite players to win.
I said favorite team. I didn't say player.
Brandon don't got teams. Brandon don't got teams. He's like,
Brandon
don't root for no teams.
Traitor ass man, like no team.
I'm a traitor. Who I'm trading on?
Well, the only team I'm waiting for, I'm gonna hold my breath, is the Jets.
You're Phoenix.
Who did
the team I'm waiting for?
You said the Jets.
Who did he vouch for? Who did he vouch for? What team did he vouch for and said that I would be a lifetime committed fan to your losing ways?
He said he was a dire Suns fan.
Hey, Craig, did you really say the Jets?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been a Jets fan since '97.
Oh, you've been tormented since '97.
Oh, good luck with Justin Fields, dude. Trash.
Wait a minute, Justin Fields ended up in New York?
Yeah.
Starting quarterback.
Oh my God.
As long as he has a line of blocks for him.
Yeah, he'll throw like 4 picks a game. That's fine.
I feel confident that we're gonna make the playoffs this year. The coach he's doing things differently than the previous administration. I kind of like them. I've been watching their off-season practices. They've been looking good.
You guys won't even. You guys are going to be 4th in your division, dude. What are you talking about?
You can't really take what Justin Fields did with the Bears. They're like the worst franchise.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
But he reunited with Garrett Wilson.
Jets talk.
Yeah,
y'all gonna make me drop the link. We talking the Jets.
Hey, 85 fans.
They played.
This is not 1985. Don't talk about the Bears like they're good.
Johnny, favorite moment in Game 7 was, or in the finals was Game 3 in 2010, where Wade was on the sideline in Boston, and Kobe scored like 17 points in like 4 minutes or something like that. Crazy shot after crazy. He was just giving it to. What
Game 7 was this?
This was it wasn't a Game 7. It was just like in the finals. It was one of my favorite moments, though, when like Kobe was just on an unbelievable heater, and Wade was like on the sideline going crazy about it because he's like,
that was right before Game 3 in 2000.
Yeah, Game 3. That was right before he was like, I got to team up with LeBron and
2010. Okay,
and try to dethrone this man.
I mean, Kobe in Game 3, like that's probably the best performance he had that series. He was 10 for 29. He was 1 for 7 in threes.
What and game what? 2008 or 2010?
2010. That was the best game of the series. Yeah, it was the best game of the series.
Damn.
Don't forget LeBron.
Why y'all be disrespecting the GOAT?
I'm just saying it was the best game of the series.
LeBron in 2013, I think he was 5 for 10 from the 3-point line.
Now versus the team that LeBron
I think you're talking about a different game, Travis.
I'm pretty sure it was Game 3. I mean, let's see. It might have been Game 4. I forget. I had to go back and watch it again.
Game 4.
Game 4, the Lakers lost. They lost Game 4, but Kobe had 30.
Yeah, I know they lost Game 4. That was he lost that game too.
The Game 5 they lost.
They only took 1 in Boston.
Yeah, Kobe didn't play that good that series.
He wasn't.
Who won Finals MVP again that series?
Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
Hey,
Kobe.
nobody shot well that series. Let's be real. Like,
Let's be no, but hold on.
especially at
Let's
volume.
keep it real. Kobe led the team in assists. He led the team in steals.
In points. Yeah. Yeah, he grinded it out.
hey,
But like they say, stats don't tell the whole story, right, Brandon? Stats don't tell the whole story. That's what they always say. I know Paul Gasol outscored everybody that was on Boston. That sounds like a lot of help to me. They be saying Kobe had no help to win these two championships.
Had a matchup by the name of Kevin Garnett too.
Shit, Paul Gasol was the only player on the whole series to average a double-double. So he might just be the Finals MVP.
It was definitely the best of that game. I mean, arguably.
I mean,
Kobe's numbers were similar.
Andre Iguodala, they said that he changed the series. So Paul Gasol was a big factor in that series.
Jason Tatum led the team in points, rebound, assists, and steals last year.
He didn't get nothing.
Got robbed too.
Yeah, so.
I think he did the same thing in the Eastern Conference Finals, just letting everything.
Yeah.
They still get
and Kobe. Yep, and Kobe averaged 3.9 turnovers per game, just the same amount of steals he was averaging. Oh no, hold on, wait, not bad. Yeah, yeah, the same amount of steals.
Like 1-1.
1-1, 3.9 assists, 3.9 turnovers.
Tony Allen was on the team, right? I'm pretty sure.
Horrible.
I don't think he was that year.
Where, on who?
Was he on 2010 Celtics?
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, he was on the.
I know Ray Allen was guarding Kobe.
But he only played 100 minutes, and like he played 14 minutes per game. Stop blaming that.
So he wasn't.
Kobe. Stop blaming that on Kobe. What happened in 08 when he let Paul Pierce win the Finals MVP on him? They never want to bring that up. How you let Paul Pierce win the Finals MVP on you? Paul Pierce?
That was definitely prime Celtics.
He been thinking he the GOAT. He been thinking he the GOAT since.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
he beat Kobe. Why not? He beat Kobe. Kobe shot 40% of them again. Two back-to-back series. Kobe shot 40% and 32% 3-point shooting.
Well, Steve Nash beat Kobe too. So,
Johnny, if I told you that someone held Kevin Garnett to 5 rebounds a game, while they doubled him up, how impactful would you think that would be?
Oh, that's super impactful. Kevin Garnett, one of the best rebounders. Don't he have like 4 rebounding titles? He got like 4 rebounding titles.
Sound like Finals MVP to me.
Oh, sounds like a
He
baller.
literally took him out. He averaged more boards than Kendrick Perkins and
Was it
Kevin Garnett
Andrew Bynum?
Combine. Put them together.
Paul Gasol was dominating them,
destroying them.
He was.
I remember that. And I was old enough to see that. I'm not other like some of these Kobe fans who were 8 years old when they were watching it.
Dude, slept-on player of that series was Trevor.
I was old enough. They were like 8 years old watching it. Talking about Kobe. Kobe did this. Kobe did that.
Kobe the GOAT. That's what they talking about. Kobe the GOAT.
I think people forget series like that. I mean, there are levels to it.
Did Jordan never win a Game 7 in the NBA Finals? No. Jordan never beat Boston in the series? No. So I got to put Kobe ahead of Mike.
Yeah, let's be real though. Kobe, I don't know. I mean, that was one of the most fun series ever. It's because of how hard it was. I mean, the level of defense being played there was insane.
Hold on, wait. Let me address Mike here. Paul Pierce was never somebody we ever needed to respect or disrespect, man. Because we watched LeBron destroy him all the time. What are you talking about? We don't care about no Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Paul Pierce was top 5 at what? In that series? Yes, he was top 5 in that series.
Against the Lakers?
Yeah, he was top 5 player in that series.
No. Paul Pierce is top 5 Kansas players.
Yeah, he's definitely was a top 5 player in that series.
I'm just
give me prime Antoine Walker over Paul Pierce.
Okay, yeah, in the NBA Finals. Go ahead, Brandon.
And Paul Gasol averaged more rebounds than all the Celtics big men combined.
Oh, breaking news!
What, for the series?
On the Rockets.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Oh, Kevin Durant.
Yep, they traded to the Rockets.
What?
No way! Get out of here!
Called it, baby. Wait, what did they give up?
Wow, traded to the Rockets.
I just got the notification.
Yeah, I got it. I got it the same time. I'm saying.
Tell me they didn't trade Green,
Why
dude.
Why did the NBA does this?
ESPN is lacking.
Yeah, I haven't got that notification either. But
Yeah,
I'm out in the sticks.
I never wait for ESPN because they get it too late.
Yeah, they're lacking for real.
What did you see it on, Craig?
I don't know about that, man. That's crazy.
That's what I got it from Underdog.
Yep. Twitter. Yep. He's for
To the
Jalen
Rockets.
Green.
Jalen
Green, Dylan Brooks, and number 10 pick in this year's draft. Really?
You said who? Jalen Green and who else?
Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, number 10 pick in the draft, and 5 second-round picks for really someone who can't finish the season.
5? Oh my God!
Yeah, second-round picks though, right?
5 second-round picks. 10. The number 10 pick this year, Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green.
I don't think Houston was ready. I still
that don't make sense.
A year or two. I mean, why are you trading Jalen Green so early?
No, obviously, but why you acquire Jalen? What are you gonna do with Jalen Green and Devin Booker?
That's what I just said. Why would they acquire another guard?
What the?
Maybe they trade.
I guess Booker could play small forward. I guess he could play small forward, but then again, why would you give all that up for Kevin Durant?
Yeah, they got fleeced. That's exactly what Phoenix wanted, was a haul of draft picks so they could rebuild. Younger guy than KD. That's exactly what the Suns
next
wanted.
year, right? What was his deal up next year?
Yeah,
he got.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes no sense.
What else did they get? Only KD for that?
Yeah, only Kevin. I mean, I ain't seen anyone else.
Can't get Bradley Beal. He approved it, all his trades.
Next is
Whoa.
Yep, they only get KD.
Dude, worst trade in NBA history.
Green is younger and cheaper, so
I mean,
the next.
They are gonna have to cut.
I just got it.
If they kill it.
Do you think he's gonna be wildly better than and more healthy than Green? No way.
Especially not for the next 5 years.
Yeah, what? That's terrible.
For the next 5 years.
Yeah.
KD has maybe a year or two left at most, averaging what he does right now. There's no way. But that's so terrible.
I think he could average 25 for 3 more years, but he's not going to play more than 50 games, and he's not going to help you in the playoffs.
No.
My question is, so they're banking on.
They traded
Tari Eason and Amin Thompson and Segun.
Amin Thompson.
Like that's what they're relying on.
They saying Amin Thompson gonna be their future. That's what they saying. He's gonna be that.
He's not better than Jalen Green, no.
They see him in practice. They see something we don't see.
I mean, why wouldn't you keep both? Like, I just don't understand what Kevin Durant is going to do to help take them over the top, other than take them to the playoffs. Like they were the number 2 seed this year.
Yeah. I felt like
I'm with you there too. I don't see how he helps them in any kind of way.
Jordan 73 win team this year.
You had a core, and then you had like the draft capital to kind of build around that core.
Well, okay, Mike, which one of these players you gonna hand the franchise to?
0.
It was supposed to be Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give him a chance.
Why we not disrespect? We're not saying they're scrubs. We're just trying to figure out what you're trying to do. We thought they would be great with Jalen Green.
How we disrespecting anybody? We're just saying Jalen Green was the one you build around. Now you take that off somebody you cannot build around.
People say you're disrespecting them just because you say you can't.
You know what?
They
were saying T-Mac was disrespecting Kobe because he said, if you replace me with Kobe, I will win a title too. That's disrespecting Kobe somehow. I don't know how that's disrespecting Kobe.
Because T-Mac was nice like that.
I guess Houston figured they was a good defensive team. They just couldn't score, so now they got to score.
Bro, I like Amin Thompson. I'm not gonna lie, but the praise of Amin Thompson is getting a little out of hand. The kid averaged 14 points per game. He shoots less than 30% from the 3-point line. He's not going to dominate a game by you. Just like what's his name? Boogie said, you're not going to be the when he was saying about Kwame Brown. Well, I forgot who said it. Stackhouse told Kwame Brown, you're not going to go from 6 points per game to 20 points per game. You're not going from 14 to 25 off the top.
Like Rashad McCants.
Yeah, you're not going to do that out of nowhere, bro. Like, you're not going to do that out of nowhere. Not now. I can't see him averaging 18, 19, 20 points per game and being a decent, solid, both two-way player. But I don't see him being better than Jalen Green.
No, especially like you know that Kevin Durant's gonna eat up the shots,
it's
right?
It's not box score watcher, bro. If you can't see the stats, don't tell me what you see, bro. Don't tell me about what you see on the basketball court.
He will grow. I mean,
grow into what? That's what I'm saying. We don't know that. You don't know that at
Jalen Green do that.
That's what I'm saying. Jalen Green is better than Amin Thompson, bro. Like that's just the fact.
Guaranteed we watch more Rockets game than this guy. 100%.
It's about who watches more Rockets games or not.
He don't even know what the Rockets play.
How is he better than Jalen Green? Predicated on what? And then this will be the same person that get mad when I told him Scottie Pippen was better than Jordan. Predicated on my eye test.
He's already better than Jalen Green. How?
People eye test could be wrong. People eye test could be wrong. That's fine.
I'm not saying he's a bad player, but listen, if I came to you and told you, hey, I got this great kid. He gonna get you multiple championships. He's played 2 NBA seasons. He averaging 11.9 points per game, 7.4 rebounds. Shooting 22% from three-point land and 68% from the free throw line. What are you going to tell me?
I'd trade my team for him.
Get your ass out of here.
Like, come on, y'all got to stop this, man. Stats are way much more objective than your fucking eye test.
True.
I'm not saying he's a bad basketball player, but he's not the keys to your franchise.
I think it was just too early. I think you should have gave it time with Jalen Green and Amin Thompson. You should have gave it time. I think they trying to rush it.
They should have put on OKC and just banked it for a little while.
He's definitely one of the better. He's one of the better defenders in the league for sure.
Oh, Jalen Green just signed his contract.
Oh, they paid him already? I thought it was.
They paid him. I think they already paid Jalen Green. I think they paid him before this season, and he actually
exactly. KD's 37. Why would you trade for Kevin Durant?
He took a pay cut.
I mean,
just terrible.
Like they don't see how the NBA is going. You don't have to have a bunch of star players on your team to be successful.
No, you got to
be exactly. And they had a good core, and they did great, and then they had even more capital to add depth.
Look at the Pacers.
I can't believe that, man. That's terrible. KD's gonna get injured within the first 15 games.
OKC. OKC is 1-12.
Yeah, what? I don't care if it was second round. That is one of the worst trades I can remember.
You shouldn't give up any picks for Kevin Durant, who's not going to finish the season.
No. Even if it was just straight up for Green.
I mean, they acting like he's Giannis or something. Jeez.
Yeah, what?
I mean,
I'm gonna give up my all-star player, my top 10 pick in the draft, and a bunch of picks.
See, look
for somebody good.
Yeah. They still crying about the Amin Thompson nonsense. The only reason y'all think Amin Thompson is better than Jalen Green because you had no expectations for Amin Thompson. So since he's beating your expectation and Jalen Green isn't meeting your expectation, he's obviously not better. Y'all don't. Again, it's all about how y'all feel, and we don't give a fuck about that shit over here. We really don't care how you feel. Jalen Green's a better basketball player than Amin Thompson. That's why they had to trade him. If Amin Thompson was so much better than Jalen Green, why didn't they say, give me Amin Thompson instead of Jalen Green for Kevin Durant?
Yeah, they're going to choose the better player.
Because they said you either get the 5 picks or you get Amin. You're not getting both. We'll give you Green with the picks. You're not going to get the...
Take that shit to PC and Mars in them with you motherfuckers that was born in the 2000s, man. Nobody want to hear that shit from you 2000 motherfuckers, man. Nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. Jalen Green's a baller. This kid's been balling for a while now. You're going to disrespect him all because your expectations, because you expected him to meet your parlay, and he didn't meet your parlay this game.
degenerate gamblers.
They are.
So, what's your expectation for Houston? Probably
Now?
gonna be a 2 seed. Yeah.
Nothing. He's the worst leader to have on your team. What is he gonna do?
He already said he don't want to be a leader.
Yeah, but your young kids, and then you get rid of Dylan Brooks. Another great. Come on, man.
Come on, Durant's proven. Yeah, Durant's proven he's not a leader. He can only win when the situation is perfect, right?
He could win,
I mean,
but I'm just saying he's not at that stage where he's just not at that stage, man. He's just not at that stage.
Yeah,
bro.
he's not at that stage.
What this trade also tell me is that Phoenix wasn't getting too many offers for KD either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good offer for them. This is a pretty good offer for them.
They got
it is.
Hey, wait a minute.
And a young
Hold on, wait.
Green.
I'm supposed to think Thompson is better than a kid who played 82 games at 21 points per game, shooting 42% from the field, 35% from the 3-point line, 81% from the free throw line. So let's get your eye test. I hand you 2 scouting reports. I got a kid that's averaging 21 points per game, and for his career, he's averaging 20. So it's not like this is just out of the blue. He's averaging 20 over 300 games. For a kid that averaged 13, bro, get the fuck out of here. 12 points? Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, what,
22? I love how you use the
He's
averages
young.
totals.
Don't make no sense.
Yeah, he's
Don't make
23.
no
He's young,
sense. Yeah.
He's only going
I love
to
these
keep getting
people.
better.
Definitely don't.
I love these
don't
people
get
who
rid of
just
him.
say, "Oh, you guys only box score watch," when they act like they're some like professional scout or something.
Brandon,
Like,
they're the same age, ain't they? Amin Thompson and Jalen Green.
I don't even know.
Okay, Jalen Green's play. I knew somebody was going to bring it up, so let's go to his playoff stats. He's played in 1 playoff series, a 7-game series. He averaged 13 points in that series. He shot 37% and 30% from the field. So he had a bad playoff series. But that's not indicative of his game. I take the 82 game sample size over the 7-game sample size any day.
This was his first year.
Oh wow.
This was his first year in the playoff.
Yep.
And what did Amin Thompson do? Give me 16 points per game. As the guy who's not nobody's focused on. The scouting report is not even focused on you. You still only averaged 2 more points. You shot better. You still shot 25% from the 3-point land. Shot under 70% from the free throw line.
Scotty,
I mean, both of them needs to improve. Both of them needs to improve, and both of them will improve with more time playing together.
This is like OKC like 2 years ago, right?
That's why you keep him, though.
Yeah.
That's why you keep him, though. So you keep growing. You don't trade him for Kevin Durant.
Then
I don't know.
The Thunder struggled the first year they was in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's not like they blew that team up last year, right? When they were not like, come on.
And then they was the best team, and they was the number. What they had about the same record almost as Houston had this year. They lost in the second round. You don't blow that team up.
See, look,
I can't believe that, man.
Jalen Green's supposed to be the number 1 option and averaged only 13 points. Again, it's the expectation value. Not realizing he's the scouting report, not your boy Amin Thompson. That's the point. That defense is geared to stop Jalen Green, not Amin Thompson. Shows you how much Jalen Green is better than Amin Thompson.
Yeah.
Sound like the Jordan rules.
You're proving our point. How are you going to say he's the number 1 option but not the better player, but then say the number 1 option is what makes you the GOAT?
Yeah, plus you had like a 3-time DPOY guarding him.
I mean, simple as that. If you replace Jalen Green this year with Kevin Durant, they're not going to make it too much farther. They probably still lose in the first round.
Yeah. He had less points than Luka, no defense.
You take those 2 off the team, Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green off the team for Kevin Durant. They're not making it out the first round.
No. Will they even make the playoffs?
So this move doesn't make them better. It just do not make them better.
You need in a great West.
You
have to get deeper, right? In a fantastic West, they did the opposite of that. Deeper and older, or they thinner and older. That's all they got.
And they only got Kevin Durant. They ain't getting nothing else?
Nope.
So what happens? You know, KD going to miss 20 games this year.
Which you will.
Look in them 20, 25 games he's going to miss. He's going to miss.
which is going to hurt them in their ranking because Jalen Green wasn't missing 20 games a year, 25 games a year.
Facts.
And you see, this is the NBA's problem. We talking about a trade, and there's a fucking game 7 tonight. See, and y'all talk about it's the fans. It's the NBA doing stupid shit like this.
I said this about all basketball.
You brought it up, Greg.
Says the person who brought it up. Says the person who brought it up.
We weren't looking at our phone, Craig. You were looking at your phone.
Says the person who brought it up, Craig.
It's the NBA fault.
But that's true.
It's Craig's fault, actually.
Why are people allowed to make trades during the finals? That doesn't make sense.
That's hilarious.
So you saying during the finals, the NBA shouldn't announce anything?
I mean, they
no,
should.
You should be able to do nothing. Everybody should be on vacation.
They should be informed to wait till after. They shouldn't be making trades in the playoffs, period.
No,
I don't think they should. I don't think it should be allowed.
And it counts for this year, too. That's another thing, too. It counts for this year.
Now,
so,
what if a team in the finals make a trade and they win the championship? You telling me that person technically would have been a champion? What if OKC would have made a trade or something? Like, this is just
but that's what I'm saying. I don't think no. That's what I'm saying. A team that's can't play. They can't.
The finals are locked. The players are locked. You have to.
It's only the team whose supposed season is over, but the NBA season's not over.
They're getting ahead.
Crazy.
Well, the trade is not even official yet.
What if OKC could have been in the trade for KD and they?
But no, that's what I was told. These trades are official. I was told that the other trade. What was the other trade that happened? The one with Desmond Bain. It's official.
That was a great trade for Orlando.
But that's my point. If everybody can't make a trade, then there shouldn't be no trade. What if OKC wanted to make a trade for KD after the season? They couldn't because they're in the finals.
Yeah,
that's true too.
What it would seem like if OKC traded some of their players during the finals for somebody?
Trade SGA.
That would be crazy. That's not like something that would happen in. That's not like something that would happen in the '60s. That, to be honest, that's exactly what that sounds like.
I just noticed that both AJ and Beasley are both dripped out in GJK.
I like what Craig said. I don't feel like if every team can trade for you right now, no trade should be able to go on.
That don't make sense. But it's so weird that they always talk about how players trying to move around and stuff, and this shit happens.
Yeah,
young player comfortable where they're at, comfortable where they're at, and they just trade them. And they just trade them.
We gonna have to trade you.
For what? That trade would never happen. The Lakers would have to give up way much more than Austin Reeves to get a Kevin Durant.
Plus, Austin Reeves is the third best player on the team. He's not the best player on the team.
Exactly. And then here go. He's a Houston main issue was they couldn't score during the half court. KD clearly upgrade. No, because now they don't play no defense.
Second team.
Yeah, you just got rid of defense. You just got rid of one of your best defenders. You just got rid of one of your best defenders. And it's not like Jalen Green's cannot defend in the perimeter. So you just got rid of two good defenders, a really, really good defender in Dylan Brooks, for a guy who's not going to defend.
No, nope, not at all.
Just enough to not get on.
Did you watch any games he played in Phoenix this year? It was bad.
No, they watch PC. Mike watches PC in them, and all they do is praise Amin Thompson because of Mars, man. Mars, y'all talk about me having a cult following. Mars got a real cult following. And all they do is praise everything he says like it's golden. And mind you, I just found out this motherfucker can't even buy Hennessy.
Damn. Was it like 18?
This motherfucker told me I'm older than his parents.
Jalen Green got to move him and his old girlfriend to Phoenix.
And his baby.
Either way, I know I respect Mars as a basketball fan, but still, he doesn't know every fucking thing. Amin Thompson is nice. The kid is good. He's solid defense. He's a good, nice player, but still, he has a lot more to prove before y'all start putting him as some dude that y'all going to put your franchise on and say, yeah, this guy's going to be our super max player.
Wild.
Man,
crazy.
I think something has to be done with them just trading players like this. Like, if you could just trade players anytime you want, these players should not have any pushback when they want out. They should not have any pushback when they want out.
Why? You signed a contract.
I'm just saying they should not have any pushback when they want out.
No, the trade is a trade deadline in the NBA.
Exactly. I thought it was a deadline. I thought, but that's what dead mean, right? There's no more after the line.
Yeah.
I know you could be resurrected. I know you could be resurrected.
I don't believe you should be able to make any trades or announce any trades until
it's like when the free agent period starts, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it like July 1st or something?
Yeah, that's the first day of the new NBA
Yeah.
season. It's counted as the first day of the new NBA season. So
this is illegal. If I was OKC, even if I wasn't gonna make the trade, I'd be like, yo, I can't do this.
Okay.
Going after KD after the end of the season. We could have Tyson. Look, KD, we got a ring. All you got to come do and just average 20 for the season. You gonna get you a ring. Now they can't do it.
We worrying about the wrong franchise. We know the Houston Rockets ain't trying to win no championship.
Apparently
right?
They
never built nothing great for James Harden. They had James Harden over there. They gave him a bunch of dudes that sit in the corner all day. Now they're doing this. So, but now let's see what Phoenix is trying, right? But again, you have 3 shooting guards. You still got Bill. Now you got Jalen Green, and then you got Devin Booker. What do you do?
Kevin Durant destroys franchises, apparently. Look at the Suns. Look how great the Suns was before he got there. They had a full roster.
I promise you they unload Bill before the season starts. They have to.
I think Bill is over. I think they won't play him. They'll set him on the bench to frustrate him. So he wouldn't mind being traded. He's gonna waive that no trade clause because he won't be playing.
Sit on the bench and make 40-something million. I'll do it.
I don't think he wants to.
That's a good point about what to do.
It's 50-something.
It's 50-something now, right?
50-something. Bill was upset coming off the bench this year. He's coming off the bench again. He's not going to play that much.
We're going to have an NBA player make $1 million per game in a couple of years. $1 million per game.
No way. Didn't they push Golden State to 7 games?
When what's his name signed his extension, Devin Booker, he's going to be at 74 per. Yes, it's coming soon. Well, players going to make $1 million per game.
I mean, don't Patrick Mahomes make $1 million a game?
Oh, that's football. They only play 17 games.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, he got like a $500 million contract.
Brandon found any reason to throw Patrick Mahomes into the conversation. Just any reason. Just throw Patrick Mahomes out there.
The guy's great.
Caleb Williams is next, man.
We used to
if he's on the Bears, John, stop talking about the Bears. I can talk about Mahomes. He's not talking about the Bears.
Nobody cares about that old 65 sport.
I'm trying to
care about that.
Proud of your Bears fans.
Dude, Chiefs aren't sniffing the Super Bowl this year.
Keep that on a Saturday night on the radar. They're not on a Sunday afternoon. We got games.
We can talk about Mahomes. We can't talk about the Bears. All right, so let's move on.
Listen. KD's still gonna be a baller. We know he's gonna average 25 or more. He's gonna be efficient. He's gonna be a professional. He's gonna show up to work. He's gonna do his job. But man, that shows you guys a lot of these teams do not really try to do what it takes to win, right? Because we were just talking about how OKC and Indiana did what they did to be where they're at for tonight's ball game, right? We talking about a team concept, sticking with your guys, right? Brandon talked about the first playoff series that OKC had, 2 years ago? They didn't look too well, right? Indiana 2 years ago, before last year, I think they got knocked out in the first round as well as 2. I think in reality, 3 years ago, both of these teams had won like 30 games or 20 games or something.
They've only been in the playoffs for the last 3 seasons, both of them.
Yeah, so and we all seen what happens when you have a team concept and just the 1, 2, and the 3, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, just a good starting 5. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston had, right? Because we all know Boston depleted their roster as well to the point to where they didn't have a good bench, right? They were able to win a championship, but still, it looks like the 1 through 8, the 1 through 9 is what you need. Solid 8 to 9 guys on your roster that all know their roles, that all can play hard, tough-nosed basketball and play a team concept. And that's going to be, the formula to win, which has always been the case.
Chemistry matters.
Yeah, chemistry does matter. If there's any intangible that matters, it's definitely chemistry.
So tell me about chemistry with a 37-year-old playing with a bunch of guys who's 24 years old and younger.
Oh, that's
we already know. Like I said, man, we know what Houston's going to do. They're not winning. It's Phoenix trying to win. What do they do with Jalen Green, Bill, and Booker? That's a weird situation. One of them got to go.
You have to piss Bill off so bad that he waived his no trade clause. That's the only way to improve that roster. You can't improve it with him on the roster. You just can't.
Listen, you're gonna pay me $50 million to bench me. I'm cool with it. I'm cool to get paid.
Oh,
$50 million to watch
he's gonna
others
go
get more.
somewhere else with that contract and play. That's what he's gonna. He's not going to sit on the bench.
Who wants $50 million?
Teams as dumb as Houston. Teams as dumb as Houston.
Ain't no.
There's only Washington. There's only Washington.
There's a lot of teams. I mean, if Jordan
He's already on
the Hornets, he'll be on the Hornets.
Phoenix traded for him already.
The Hornets. I was gonna say that with Jordan on the Hornets, he could end up on the Hornets.
Jordan take anybody. Like Jordan don't know better, but
he's already on it no more.
I know that's why.
He's still involved though.
That's why
there's a lot of bad teams out there, so he could go somewhere. I mean, the Lakers.
No,
last year could have probably took
Charlotte.
That was
honest.
I tell you what, this Houston trade gave the Lakers more of a chance to be into the finals next year. I tell you that much. I tell you that much.
They have to have some better coaching in the playoffs for them to stand a chance.
Well, no, they're gonna have a healthy Luka, a new philosophy. Everybody said they gotta get a center. Suppose center. We need a center.
Yeah, we've been talking about Bill contract for years. How much time he got left?
I know. Like, what type of deal did he sign? Jeez.
He got 5-year deals. Crazy.
Yeah,
he got like a 10-year deal. Let me go look at this dude's deal.
He signed a 5-year deal.
Yo, we've been talking about Bill contracts since forever.
It's like 2022.
It's been a problem. He signed it.
He had 3 more years left on his contract.
Yeah, like the worst contract ever.
You don't have 3 more years. That's too much. That is too much. That's not possible.
Hey, do you want to sign this huge deal and then immediately get injured and not affect?
Yeah, 27. Okay. You ain't lying.
He signed 27 years ago.
27. We still got to talk about it for another 2 years.
So he has 2 more years left that he cannot be traded, and he's going to make 53 next year and 57 the year after.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Right, I'm not.
That's when you fire your GM, dude. Like,
I mean, luckily
he was supposed to be on Washington. He signed a deal with Washington.
You can't fire the GM because the GM didn't make that $57 million decision. That was the owner.
Yeah,
that's because he was in Washington. That's why they didn't have anybody.
And he made the All NBA. And he made the All NBA team. I think that's why it took us. He made the All NBA team one year.
I think he was averaging 30 that year too. So it made sense back then. But once they traded him, they thought it was going to be a big 3, which don't work today.
I mean. They didn't address their problems in that trade. Like, they were trash defensively. Yeah. And then like, hey, let's get another overpaid scorer who's going to get injured. Okay.
Leftover takes, you got to ask yourself.
You have to have so many D3 players today. Like,
yeah,
you got to have. Listen, you got to ask yourself, Mr. Leftover take. KD is it the problem? Poor team building. Why can't nobody really build a team around KD that's successful enough to really get you over the hump? It's something with him. It really is. Yeah.
It's this logic that you think you could just plug Kevin Durant in and it will improve the team, but you give it up so much to get him.
The problem is if you move KD to the Rockets without having to trade him. Think about that team differently then. Just think about when he went to Phoenix. Just think if you would have went to Phoenix without that trade. Mm-hmm. Think about the players Phoenix had before the trade. You're right, it isn't KD, but if you trade him there, that's when KD becomes the problem.
Yeah, just like Golden State didn't trade for
Golden State. They didn't have to give nobody big up. They just plugged him in. That's the only way even with
who's the shooters that Houston got? They got no shooters now. That's true what Mr. Duke said. Who's gonna be shooting and giving Kevin Durant space?
Nobody.
Van Vliet, that's it.
Space, I guess he don't need space, but then again, what about the other 30 games he's not playing?
Van Vliet, I don't
Houston has ditched all their draft picks. So
Van Vliet, is his contract guaranteed next year? I don't know.
He got a nice deal recently, so he should be good.
He got a nice deal, but his whole contract wasn't guaranteed.
He's the same age as Kevin Durant, right?
Just like Dylan Brooks' whole contract wasn't guaranteed.
He ain't the same age as Kevin Durant. He ain't that old.
No, he's not that old.
Yeah,
damn, that's crazy. That is a crazy.
I don't like this trade as a fan because it just gives the players more reason to want to pick and choose.
Wait, you're a Phoenix fan. You should love this trade.
They should pick and choose.
They said, Here you go. They said Houston got 3-point shooters. They just gave up their best 3-point shooter in Dylan Brooks, their second best 3-point shooter in Jalen Green. So now they're going to be depending on Cam Whitmore. I'm sorry, no, that's Jeff Green. No, I didn't even count Jeff Green. I'm sorry. So you got Cam Whitmore. Yeah, we're not counting him because these guys don't even play that many games. They got a guy named Jock Landale who shot 42%, but he only played 42 games and 11 minutes per game. He shot less than 1 3-pointer per game. They don't even count. Then you got Aaron Holiday who shot 3 3-pointers per game. He shoots 39%, close to 40%, but he only plays 12 minutes per game. 62 games. He's a point guard at that. Okay, so you got Aaron Holiday. Then you got Dylan Brooks, who's the starter, 75 games starter, played, shot 6 3-pointers per game at close to 40%. He's gone. Then you got Jeff Green. He's 38. He's probably not going to play next year.
I can't believe he's still playing the league. That dude.
Then you got Cam Whitmore. He shot 35% last year, but he only played in 50 games and only started in 3. He plays 16 minutes per game. He takes 3.5 3-pointers per game. Then Jalen Green, who takes the most 3-pointers on your team, you done traded him away. You got Jabari Smith. He takes 5 3-pointers per game at 35%. Then you got Flan Veet, who shoots 34% at 7 per game. Tari Eason shoots 34% at 3. So you got a team full of average 3-point shooters. You just took away your 2 best 3-point shooters.
But I was right about Van Vliet. Next year is a team option. So we don't even know if he's going to be playing for Houston next year. His next year is a team option. So it's up to Houston
for 2025 and 2026.
Yes,
I mean,
it's a team.
Who knows? I'm pretty sure they won't find anyone better. But with this trade, you don't really believe in Houston. You trade away all your young talent,
all them picks
for someone. Yeah, your picks. Like you just trade away your future for Kevin Durant, which we know he's a legend. He's an all-time legend. We all know this. But this is not 2015. It's 2025.
That really don't make no sense.
Yeah, they were the number 2 seed. They overachieved. The future was bright. They had a great young core, and now it's like, and like they could add a few depth pieces in the draft, right?
Yeah,
or use that for a better trade.
I had a number 10 pick.
They don't have no picks this draft now.
Look, as SD Jeffrey comment, oh my God, they get on my nerves. I hate these guys. I really do. I really do hate these people. Just for the sake of arguing. God. I mean, it doesn't make no sense, man. It's a dumb trade. Majority of people are going to say it's a dumb trade.
It's a terrible trade. Terrible. I mean, how could you watch his career and be like, this is a good trade? You know he's oft injured. Look at last year.
Phoenix, they fleeced Houston.
They fleeced them big time.
I love what Houston was doing. They had got the proper coach for the team.
It's a good trade for Phoenix. It sucks for Houston.
The only thing I miss from the 80s and 90s is the cost of living.
Hey, used to be able to go to the candy store with $1. It'd be cool.
Man. We used to have a movie. We had a movie theater by my house called a $1.50 movie theater. It cost $1.50 to go to the movie theater.
Bring back 98% gas, please.
Exactly. A gallon gas under $1. This is for real, man. It's a bad trade, man. It's a bad trade. Yeah,
those two teams aren't doing shit anyway.
Yeah, they're not doing. They're not doing shit. So.
It was
Shea first playoff series, he averaged 16 points per game and shot 43% from the field, and they lost in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
That's
there's not growing pains.
Brandon, that player right there, he ain't never gonna amount to shit. Brandon, that player right there, he ain't never gonna amount to shit.
Trash.
Garbage.
They should have traded him. They should have traded him for KD.
How about this? How about this? You think if Houston would have traded for LeBron, everybody was saying that it would work well for Houston? You think?
Dude, KD's getting passed around like Larsa Pippen, man. This is.
I want to hear this from you, Brandon, because I know you, Brandon.
KD is wanting to leave. That's the problem.
Brandon. LeBron waives his no trade clause and says, "Yeah, y'all can trade me to Houston." We get Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green going to the Lakers. Is that a great trade for? Is that a great trade for you? Is that a great trade for Houston?
That dude gonna say I didn't pay $10.1 billion for y'all to be trading LeBron for Jalen Green.
What? He is definitely not trading LeBron. That man's so happy he able to have LeBron for next year.
The only reason it'll be good for Houston is because they will be on TV all the time. But then again, I wouldn't do it if I
That's the only
wanted
thing
to
I
win.
can see about this trade.
Yeah, if I wanted to win, I wouldn't do it. But
people come to see KD, they're not coming to see Dylan Brooks. So that's the only thing I can get out of this.
I don't think Kevin Durant is going to pull in as much as people think. People like
Houston in contention now.
Be like, I can't wait to watch Kevin Durant.
You weren't contending as a second seed, taking Golden State to the 7th game.
I mean, that was just so much to build off of. I mean, man,
you're not even going to be the 5th seed now.
He messed up.
Yeah, because
you can write that in a book. He's going to miss 20 to 25 games. You can write that down right now.
I kind of missed the GOAT, man, because now y'all got me ready to say what y'all think LeBron's finna do when the Lakers get back next year. We're thinking, fuck the West. It's gonna be Heat, Lakers finals, 2026.
Stop bringing up Heat, please.
You see, we didn't trade for Kevin Durant. We still trying to win because we right there. Did
somebody
who's they gonna give up, Bam? Tyler, like they're not giving up those players for Kevin Durant. They know that
Tyler Hero was an all-star, sir. What did Jalen Green do? Jalen Green's only an all-star.
That wouldn't make any sense. So
yeah, Tyler Hero is better than Jalen Green.
I'm just saying that would be a stupid trade to make still.
If Armin Thompson could be better than Jalen Green, goddamn it, for sure. My boy Tyler could be better than Jalen Green.
Tyler has proven himself more than Jalen Green has.
I don't want KD in Miami. The only way I wanted KD in Miami is if he would have brought Russell Westbrook with him.
The only reason that he'll work in Miami if you didn't give up anybody. That would be different.
Oh, so that's not a bad take, Mike? That's a good take for you, Mike? Me saying Tyler Hero is better than Jalen Green?
Hey, Mike. Check out one thing for me. Tell me how many playoff games did Miami Heat win this year?
Excuse me, sir. Same amount Chicago won.
Exactly, my point.
Exactly.
My point.
You have no point. That shit was dull as hell. Talking about the Bulls in Miami.
So both of y'all
trash teams.
Both of y'all trash.
None of that, man. Matter of fact, since we you know what, we were having too much bad conversations. We need to uplift the conversation. We need to get some fun up in here because you guys are just talking about Kevin Durant and Jalen Green and Miami Heat, Chicago Bulls. None of that matters when we're talking about Game 7s, right, Craig? Because in the Game 7, we know Michael Jordan had a pair of sneakers that nobody wore because Michael Jordan never played in the Game 7. So we're going to imagine that Michael Jordan wore some Game 7 sneakers. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to give y'all the soul of the game with Craig.
With that, these shoes that we're about to design with words starts with a soul. Not a soul, but a soul, what touches you to earth that's floating in nowhere, the soul.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, like he said, he never played a Game 7 in the finals, so I don't have no shoe to represent a Game 7 finals and the finals for him. But I do have a shoe that it's not the color of the shoe that he won in Game 7, but it's the model of the shoe. Actually, it was just released, and I would call for me, it's the shoe of the month that I picked up for the month. So yeah, this is this. Actually, still got it in the bag because I didn't even take it out yet, but. Right here. This is the shoe that came out originally in 1990, and he never wore the shoe because it doesn't match his uniform. Now today's era, he probably would have wore it because a lot of players don't wear matching shoes that match the color of the uniform. So this week, the shoe of the game is going to be this shoe. This is the Air Jordan 5. This is the retro. It came out yesterday, so if you still want to buy it, it's still available everywhere. But this is the original shoe from 1990. It's the first time they brought it out in the 1990 specs. They call it the grape because of the color, the purple and the kind of ocean blue, whatever you want to call it, emerald blue. But
that's the 90s colors. That's 90s colors. Everything in the 90s was in the two colors.
Yeah, they wear these weird colors, but yeah, this is the shoe. This is the only shoe of this model he had worn in game. Because like I said, the Bulls colorways was red, white, and black. So he wasn't wearing purple and emerald to the game. But
he could
this model.
1990, right? You said those sneakers came out in 1990, right?
Yeah, this is 1990 shoe.
He couldn't award for like the All-Star game, or what were the uniforms for the
The
All-Star game?
uniforms in the All-Star game was blue and white. Blue for the blue for the away team, and white for the home team. He wore this at the Wheaties commercial, the Wheaties cereal box back in the day. He did wear this on the Wheaties box. If you had the Wheaties back in the 90s, he did wear it in the 90s in the shoe on the cereal box, but he never wore it in a game because they didn't match the colors. But this is like really inspired by the Hornets. This was the Hornets colorway. I mean, you could say the Hornets colors, but this was inspired for the Hornets, because they came out in 88. They was first into the league in 88. So of course Hornets is his state's hometown team. So this is one of the things for the Hornets team. But yeah.
All right, so those are dope. So did he wear those sneakers in the Bulls colors when he lost in 1990?
Nope.
No. That's not right, Craig, man. But okay, show for everybody, man, so they can see it. Go ahead and go spend your little $250. Go out there and be a loyal basketball fan. And hold on, is that the first one that put the bubble on the shoe?
No, this is the third model that came with the bubble in the shoe. I think this one right here is the first model. This is the first model that had the bubble shoe. The bubble on the bottom.
The bubble, the bubble shoe. All right,
this
so
this is the shoe that saved them from Nike. If it wasn't for this model, there would be no Nike.
Wow. So that indeed, man. Shout out to you, Craig, man. Again, y'all, we do the soul of the game with Craig, where he breaks down, because Craig is a big time sneakerhead, man. He loves Jordans. He loves all kind of sneakers as well. And we all know Michael Jordan definitely revolutionized the entire fashion world with his brand, the Jordans. Still to this day, they're one of the most popular, if not the popular, shoe brand in the world. So shout out to you, Craig, man. We always look forward to seeing that, man. That's a great segment by you, man.
I'm gonna do a collection special.
Oh wow! See, look, see, and y'all always say Brandon and I are Jordan haters. We're not Jordan haters. We just don't spend $250 for a pair of sneakers.
You gotta learn not to spend $250 on those shoes. You gotta learn. You gotta get some coupons. You gotta get some points.
I get the Jordans and the LeBrons that be at Marshalls and Burlington Coat Factory. That's where I get it from.
Somebody picked up a pair of Jordans from Marshall, and they was one of the rare shoes, and they would wind up being worth like $2,300.
For real? Wow, that's crazy. The other day I was at Marshall's looking for some clothes, and I saw a pair of J's, but it didn't have the laces to them. It was
thing now. People go in there because people just be selling somebody's shoes, don't know what it is, and then people just be going there because you can get some shit in there that be worth money. He took it to make sure they was real, and they said, "Yeah, these are real," and they looked at like brand new, and they was worth $2,300, and he paid what, $54 on the price tag.
Wow.
Yeah, I picked up a pair of LeBrons for $4.06 the other day.
I'm quite sure you did. But how about them George Michaels? Did you get a pair of them George Michaels when you was on Michael Jordan Fans of the Worst page?
Yeah, they're sandals. Yeah.
Hey, Craig, when those shoes came out, was it the second year the Miami Heat was a freshman?
Yeah, they both, because it was the Heat, and it was Orlando, Charlotte, and Heat that came in 1 year, right? And then 2 years later, it was because it was 4 teams. It was Dallas, came in 80.
I'm quite sure 1990 Chicago had the highest murder rate in the country.
Doesn't it still?
2025. Chicago ain't no joke, man.
I'm trying to think. Was that the year Ronnie Cycli played for the Heat?
Cycli.
I don't know. Y'all had Will Purdue. I know Will Purdue was my team.
I just remember the Miami Heat sweeping, Bulls sweeping Miami. They were just like, "What is this team doing?" Nah, man, we ain't gonna talk about.
I don't even. That's how horrible the '90s was. The Miami Heat were in the playoffs within 2-3 years. They had a garbage team with Grant Long.
'97 Heat was great.
Coles. No, not '97 Heat. The 92 Heat. 92 Heat.
Ronnie Cycli. They had
bum
a
team.
Is that where Mike averaged like 45, like 8 and 9 against those bums in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't even count that yet. If somebody asks me about it, they'll be like, that was the Miami.
That's fine. We were an expansion team. That's fine. I know we won a championship in the 2000s. The Bulls didn't. I know that much. We won a championship in the 2000s. The Bulls never did.
Y'all realize the Lakers and the Celtics just sold their franchise? Do y'all realize something is happening in the NBA?
Yeah, somebody
is waiting. That means that they are getting 2 new teams. The expansion team is happening.
You think
it's going to Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's happening.
Vegas or Seattle?
Vegas and Seattle.
It was a numbers game.
If they move to Vegas and Seattle, what two West Coast teams
got to come on the Eastern Conference? They're gonna have to do something, rearrange the conference because that'll be 2 extra teams in one conference.
They might as well send Memphis over there because you know the way Memphis is.
Memphis to Tennessee, that's right by. I literally can drive like where I'm at. I could drive 6 hours and I'm in Memphis. So.
Right. I mean, you can take Memphis is right down from Chicago. You take 57 right to Memphis. It's a straight south drive. So stay Memphis on the side.
Yeah.
So
no wonder why crime is bad in Memphis. They let people from Chicago in.
There's a lot of people from Chicago. Yeah. That's a fact. I mean,
get out of Chicago, John, just so we can take that city out and be better for it. And Detroit.
I have so many friends in Memphis. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean Miami.
Yeah, we got our own stuff. Nobody like coming down here unless it's Memorial Weekend or the summer, and we don't like going anywhere else. We stay right in our own zone.
Go for Carnival, Miami Carnival in October. I used to be there every year.
Oh yeah, Carnivals be blasting too. Carnival definitely be a blast too. Carnival's a blast down here. So we put the link up for all y'all who want to join us and have a conversation. We won't be on too long today because Lamont will be doing a live very shortly as well for the NBA Finals, and obviously we're going to be doing our play-by-play. So y'all make sure to catch us for the play-by-play tonight. It starts at 8 p.m., so our play-by-play will start a little bit before that. Make sure you tune in to the GOAT James Kingdom. I do the play-by-play for y'all right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Yeah, I know. That's what AI do to you. Instead of spending $500 on a suit, you just spend $15.99 per month for your AI, and you put a suit on yourself, and you look good like that. I even got a haircut. Look at that. I ain't never get a haircut a day in my life. Last time I got a haircut, I was 15.
I was like, why are you wearing headphones?
Oh, because I'm doing play-by-play. I can't hear myself. I got to hear the producers. I do real basketball talk. I'm not these idiots.
Why you not wearing your Miami Heat colors? Why you got on blue? Why you wearing your Miami Heat colors?
He's a professional with that nice suit on.
I am a professional. I am a professional.
And you got a nice ass studio.
Black, red, white.
You even got the cheap, dude. Like that.
Yeah, because when I get gangster, we turn into that. But we put on the fedora. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get gangster. You want to act gangster?
We get gangster up there.
Oh, you got the chain too. I like that. Look at that.
I was looking at the background. I didn't see the Miami Heat on there at all. I mean, I was really studying.
Is that Chicago?
Yeah. Nah, you know. Listen, the only heat we bringing is letting everybody know why LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. You want some heat? Come on, GOAT James Kingdom on a Sunday afternoon and find out what happened to you. You'll get all the heat you want then. How about that? You guys
killed all the zesties, man. They don't show up anymore.
No, of course not. That's what me and Brandon wanted to do. Me and Brandon actually. Yeah. Brandon and I said it's best for us. Now we're in the safe zone. Nobody wants to talk basketball with us. They don't want to argue with us. We can talk basketball. We can say all the things we want to say without having anybody messing with us. This is why
safe in the comments.
They're safe in the comments, and we're safe every Sunday afternoon because ain't nobody gonna come here talking to us about nothing. Oh wait, my bad. I said we were safe, but we obviously not safe. King Speech Road popped up in the building. We not safe no more.
No, we're safe because he thinks LeBron's the GOAT. So
his criteria got LeBron as the GOAT.
That didn't happen.
That
didn't happen.
Criteria and LeBron came out and both of them.
No. I'm still stinging last night for y'all telling me I don't love basketball.
I didn't say that. I said you love basketball.
I know. Look, me and Johnny is compatico right now. We had a chat this week. All right. I love basketball. I love basketball. I love all levels of basketball. All right.
WNBA.
WNBA, yes, it's gonna be lit. Actually, Johnny, we was talking about that a little bit.
Pervert.
No. See, LeBron is not the GOAT. LeBron is my chat GPT calls him third.
No, you value
when
him
I
as a
put
GOAT.
my full criteria in it.
No, he was second. He was second on your chat GPT, but on Lamont, he was number one. LeBron was
He was
your
number
GOAT.
one, and as we know, Lamont was speaking
Mhm.
again, coming up with all types of nonsense. At the end of the day, bro, as I said, man, I go beyond this GOAT stuff. My show today. I'm gonna try to do my show today. I was supposed to do it on Thursday, but I had to fly out. Actually was a family reunion thing, so I had to postpone it. But I really want to get into why people can't really judge these teams, because even right now, we're prognosticating this trade. And look, Phoenix still got work to do, and then Houston gonna have some work to do on how they do this roster. Because honestly, like I said, my first thing is what happens to Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson's on the verge of two-way superstardom, but KD plays his position. Now, is KD gonna be the power forward? You know what I'm saying? Or do they really need a power forward? But how will Amen Thompson? Because I think he's the key to their future. Obviously, now that they moved on from Jalen Green. But a lot of the times we have a problem with the ring culture aspect and argument, judging teams. How do you judge these teams? Because again, we go back to all of these great teams that LeBron had, that Jordan had, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, you just look at the names and the talent there, and you don't understand it. Golden State had a better team than the Cavs, no doubt. But I don't believe that Golden State had a talent disparity. So those are two different things. Those are two different arguments. You understand what I'm saying? There's so many more like examples. Like right now, people are very shocked at Indiana. And I said something in the comments last night. If you look at this Indiana team with 7 guys averaging double figures, well, it gives you a little bit of a glimpse into what the Boston Celtics of the 60s were. And somebody said I was crazy for making that comparison. No. You got 6-7 guys who can get you double digits. And I would say the difference is that team with Boston had a Bill Russell because I don't know. I came in and y'all took my greatest game 7s of NBA Finals history. Bill Russell had 30 points, 40 rebounds, and 53 minutes of Game 7 against the Lakers in 1962. That boy, and then he had a triple double in the Game 6, the game prior to that. Again, that's kind of the difference. Like this
That's what
Indiana
happens when you
team.
get 200 misses a game.
I mean, all right, and he actually went 8 for 18, and again, when you do that, Travis, you got to realize that 45%, 44% that he shot was around the league average. They ran at
31%.
No, did he shoot 31%? In what finals did he shoot 31%?
I looked it up the other day. I think it was like 1959.
All right, but they won, right?
Trash.
They won. I mean, you gotta kind of look at the context of things, though.
I mean, y'all had never seen that game before, so I ain't know why you.
I mean, so you telling me the stats are inflated, Billy?
And you never even seen
wildly.
it before. It was like the greatest.
No, I didn't see the game,
great.
but I'm gonna take.
It was great. He has had some nice stats.
30 and 40, bro. Like that's crazy. That's
nice.
Bananas.
Nice.
That's bananas. So when Peter Badgers, and I had to disagree with him, said that Bill Russell wasn't an offense because he didn't score. He didn't lead them in scoring. Again, like I said, I want you to think of Indiana. Indiana got a different guy that can do it every night. That's kind of the situation with Boston. But the thing is that Bill Russell, again, Mr. Rings himself, would always find a way to fill in and make that play. And he played a lot of Game 7s. He played like at least 5 Game 7s. In the finals alone, he probably played 3 or 4 more in the at that time they called it the division championship because it was only 2 divisions. It wasn't 2 conferences. It wasn't enough team to call them conferences. But he would always find a way to make those plays down the stretch of these 130, 132 games. You know what I'm saying? So these games always came down.
He played. I think, if I'm correct, he played in 11 different NBA. In Game 7. I think he's
11 Game 7. So that's crazy. And again, he
11
won both of them.
11-0 or 10-0. One of those 2.
10-1. So he lost one of them.
He lost to Wilt.
He lost one. He lost one in his whole career.
One to Wilt, right? And again, I want people to understand when Wilt won his championships, he finally took the coach's advice to say, look, you see how that guy over there play Russell? He don't need to score 40 for them to win. Play like him and you'll win. And when he did that, guess what? His team started winning. So I just want some respect on Mr. Russell's name, man. Because not only, again, was he a great player on the court, he also was a freedom fighter off the court. You understand what I'm saying? He had to go through a lot of personal things there in Boston.
Nobody. Everybody respects Bill.
Yeah, I mean, again, but you'll see things like you'll look at the numbers and you'll just be like, 15 points a game. That's you did what the team needed to do to win. I almost like it.
That's what Jordan fans say.
A lot of fans, not just Jordan fans. And again, all right. As I said to Johnny, Jordan fans are culpable as well. But it's not. Let's not act like it's just Jordan, because there's a lot of fans that don't research.
99.9% of Jordan fans.
Bro,
let's take.
I'll take 60-40.
Then when you say Bill Russell has 11, they bring up points per game.
Yeah. Hey, again, to correct y'all, Bill Russell is 10-0 in Game 7s in NBA history.
So they lost in Game 6 then, Will.
Yeah, he lost in Game
6. Game 7 against Will.
Yeah, he lost to Wilt Chamberlain. Well, no, and Wilt Chamberlain he lost to. It was in 5 games.
Oh, 5 games. Okay.
In the 5 games, yeah. He only lost 2 playoff series his whole career. He lost in 1958 and in 1960.
Bob Pettit and Wilt Chamberlain. Yep,
that's it. And he lost 1-4 to Wilt Chamberlain. He lost 2-4 to Bob Pettit, and he was hurt against Bob Pettit. But in Game 7s, he's played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He is 10-0 in Game 7s in NBA.
And look at the numbers: 18-30, 18-29, rather. I mean, come on, man. This is. That's
why I got him ahead of Michael Jordan. That's why he's ahead of Mike to me.
I don't go that far. I got him in my top 5.
Bill Russell is 19 points, 30 rebounds. Damn.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Bro, he got a whole finals run where he averaged 30 rebounds a game. And it was like, one like it was just 2 rounds. It wasn't like it was just 30 rebounds a game. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he was Dennis Rodman who won the titles. It's crazy.
The only other person who could do that, the only other person who could do as much as that was Wilt Chamberlain. You had guys getting close to 20, 25 rebounds, but the guys who was getting 30 rebounds was all Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
And keep in mind, there were other great centers: Walt Bellamy, Artis Gilmore, Willis Reed. Jerry Lucas was the 4, but he was about 6'9". So you're playing against a Hall of Famer more than half the games. So I just want some respect on the 60s. That's just my thing. I want people to understand teams and dynamics and stuff like that. Again, when you look at the Pacers, a different guy could come out and lead that team every night. That's kind of sort of what Boston was. Again, Hondo, Sam Jones, Heinsohn, Don Nelson played in there. Don Nelson would have a night where he can get 20. You know what I'm saying? So a bunch of guys. John Thompson for a couple of years was his, the one that coached Georgetown was his backup center for a couple of those years. There was a lot of greats that played in that, and a lot of great minds, a lot of future coaches. Red Auerbach was the master manipulator, manipulating all these other teams and getting straighten for guys that he wanted to draft, and they kept it together, and they just ran it off back to back. So it was never one guy, and that's I think what people seem to understand. Like it was never one guy that was just carrying everything. The same way that there's never one guy carrying any one team. Like so when we do Pippen had a great night that night, of course. Kyrie stepped up that night, of course. Clay had a great night that night. Why do we hold that against the other all-time great? Stupid.
I mean, those are Jordan fans. They say Pippen.
Everybody's fan, man. Again, look, as the resident Jesse Jeffrey.
Bill Russell rings don't count. All to keep Michael Jordan.
So okay. I'm calling myself the resident Jesse Jeffrey, and you see me.
You need to go to some.
He said the residency Jesse Jeffrey.
Did I not call you? Did I not call myself a Jesse Jeffrey on my own channel for you, Johnny?
Not for me. Shout out to you on your channel. Y'all make sure to holla at King Speech Road his channel, man. Go subscribe to the brother's channel.
But I'll call it. I'll give you 60-40. Come on, Billy. Because let's be real. Y'all got 120,000 people in that group. And y'all know full well like some of them be saying the dumbest shit that y'all don't even agree with.
It's like 99.9. You come up here and you tell a Michael Jordan fan that Michael Jordan's not the GOAT and Bill Russell's the GOAT, they're going to start shitting on his points per game.
Which is stupid. Which again, I will call
No,
again.
that's
I
why
will call them
you're talking
out.
to the wrong fan base.
But
if you
because
talk
let's
to a
keep it
Michael
real.
Jordan
Let's keep it real.
fan,
The same
and you
LeBron
praise
fans
how
do not
great
go back and
Pippen
look.
was, they'll start shitting on Pippen in 1988.
Uh-huh.
They start shitting on Pippen in 1998. They're
The
saying that
same
he
way
wasn't
y'all
that
was
great.
shit. But wait a minute, y'all
He's
shit
not a
on
top 10
Kyrie.
player in the 90s. We don't. Why
Y'all
would we
shit on Kyrie. Y'all shit on Love. Y'all shit on
I
AD.
have never heard a LeBron fan shit on Kyrie Irving. Not once.
Really, bro. Really, bro.
Not
Come on,
once. I never
Come on
heard
now.
that.
See,
Not
I
once.
mean, I think you playing see no evil, hear no evil, bro. You playing see
I
no
never
evil,
heard that.
hear
I
no
have
evil.
never heard that. I have never heard any
Not
fan
one
come up
LeBron
here
fan.
and say something negative about Kyrie Irving. Not one time in my
Y'all
life.
got 100.
We had
See,
this
you
show
can't
for
speak for the
3 years.
120,000
He has
members
never
of your
heard
Facebook
one
group.
negative comment about Kyrie Irving.
Facts.
Not one.
Facts.
Not one.
No, why did Kyrie get up out of Dodge before LeBron then? If that's the case.
Because of ring culture, because he was listening to Kobe telling him he ain't nobody winning the championship. Kobe Bryant told him.
See, this is what I mean. Again,
ring culture.
both fan base have to take some culpability. And you know what? I invited a Johnny to have a meeting of the minds between two philosophies.
Don't throw me in this because Peter Badjuice was out here talking about he'd rather average 8 more points than win 4 more championships.
You're right, and I disagree with that. I called Peter Badjuice out on it, and that's why I said that's why I'm glad Peter Badjuice was there last night, because when I brought up the Pacers being like the Celtics, only they don't have Russell. Like Russell was the backbone of that team. Miles Turner is no Russell, but Miles Turner could block a couple of shots, but Miles Turner ain't getting no 35 rebounds, and he's not.
King's Speech, what am I going to get to give you some more smokes?
Nobody's getting 35 rebounds. Like these players.
Let's let Peter defend himself. Peter, why is 8 more points per game better than 4 more championships?
Yo, what they do?
Good, peace and blessings, brother. Tell us. We want to know why is 8 more points per game better than 4 more championships?
Watery defecates.
He said water. Yeah, I listen. That's not my fault. It's not my fault. Anthony Davis ain't did nothing without LeBron James in his career.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all act like y'all don't do it.
D-Lee, check your mans, dog. But I ain't gonna lie, you do be checking him on AD. You do.
Brandon, what did Anthony Davis do without LeBron James in his career?
For a team aspect, this is sound like a ring culture conversation.
Well, I want to know what he did.
I
don't
ring
know what he did.
Multiple NBAs,
all NBA
players, all NBA defenses.
He made 3 all defensive teams, 3 all NBA players, correct?
I just know he was an all NBA player.
Yeah, he was. He got 5. He got 5 for his career. He got 5 all defense for his career.
That's why LeBron gutted the roster for him.
Golden State. They won a playoff series, right? They won this one playoff series.
He did 2 and 2 while he was a Laker. So he got what, 3 all NBAs and 3 all defensive selections outside of being with LeBron.
That's why the Lakers pulled a Houston.
Let Peter cook, but this is y'all doing it now. Y'all doing it now. Okay, so
he said get Brandon involved. So I just want to make sure Brandon. I just want to make sure because I didn't hear this from my partner. This is the first time I heard this from my partner. So I mean, he do got a new phone and new number. So I guess he changed his mind.
I always gave Anthony Davis credit.
But I never say Anthony Davis. I never say anything wrong about Anthony Davis. I gave him credit for 2020.
Anthony Davis' best. Well, hold on. Before he got to LeBron, before he came to the Lakers, Anthony Davis' best chance went out the door when DeMarcus Cousins tore his Achilles chasing that rebound.
Oh, you mean
he lost to do something that year?
He lost in the first round. He lost in the first round.
I know, but DeMarcus Cousins didn't make it to the playoffs.
It was second round. It was second round. Oh, okay.
No, it's first
they got
round.
the second round. He had Drew Holiday all that time too. He had Drew Holiday a lot of years, and Tyreek Evans.
He got to the second round in 2018. He got to the second round in 2018.
And they lost to Golden State, didn't they? They lost to Golden State that year?
Yeah, they lost to Golden State, yeah. But to answer your question, hey, Johnny, the 23 PPG.
He ain't never lose to Golden State with LeBron. I tell you that much. He ain't never lose to Golden State with LeBron.
He would have. How about that? He would have.
Why he would have?
We can do that debate. Hold on, we can do that debate. 2020 versus pick a Warriors team. Let's go. We'll have that debate.
Listen, Peter was speaking. Go ahead, Peter.
Go my back.
Yeah, no, I was going to say the 23 PPG was on the presumption that 23 PPG, that's basically the alpha dog, right? So the way my philosophy of the game is the primary person who gets the lion's share of the credit is going to be that person who the defense is schemed to stop, the one who forces the defense to over leverage, causes the defense to go into rotation and creates advantages for their teammates, right? For me, in terms of how I value players, that is the platinum standard out of every other impact that an individual player can have on the game. That's just me, right? Now, so when he said the 23 PPG, this with the assumption that 23 PPG represents the hands down best offensive player on the game and the one who creates advantages for his teammates. Now, when you say 15 PPG, intuitively, that makes me think, okay, that's a Klay Thompson, that's a Pippen, that's a Kyrie Irving, i.e. a second option. It doesn't mean that they're less than necessarily. Well, it does mean that they're less than, but it's not an indictment on a person to say that they're a second option. It's just to say that 23 PPG, I take that to mean that guy is winning those 7 rings as a number one lead dog, and the 15 PPG is not the lead dog. There's a caveat with that because you got guys like Magic who they're the engine, so they might average 15, but they're giving you 13 assists type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say that.
So what? The 20 rebounds
can I
don't
Peter one thing?
All right, the 13. I get the 13 assists matter, but the 20 rebounds don't.
I don't value in terms of in the pecking order or hierarchy in terms of box score stats and what I consider that goes towards winning. Rebounds are going to be after points and assists. Yes.
Well, rank the top 5 then in order that you value.
In terms of box score, so it'd be points number 1, assists number 2. I'll probably go rebounds 3rd. I'll go steals 4th and blocks last.
So it's pretty high on the list there, rebound, which it should be.
I just wanted to inform Peter one thing, man. That Bill Russell had back-to-back 30-30 games against Will Chamberlain. Back-to-back in the playoffs. Back-to-back 30-30 games. So
yeah, and you know
it's just to say that Bill can put it in the bucket if he needed to.
And that's why I say I kind of put the 60s in its own category because I don't know how to contextualize that era of the game because I have a certain way. So even my concept of there being a lead dog, right? When I go back through Basketball Reference and I look at the team stats from 1957 when Bill comes in the league up until what was that, 69 or 70 or so when he left, I noticed that the scoring is pretty much, it's like 7 guys averaging like 17 plus. So, but does that mean there is no lead? I don't know how to contextualize that. And then there's not much footage for me to watch I'm assuming that Bill, based on the scoring of the team and I'm assuming that he wasn't that lead dog scorer, but was a lead dog scorer even a thing then? Did it even matter? I don't have the context to, you get what I'm saying? That's why
it depends on the team.
No, it really didn't.
Right. It's probably a good thing that we don't have that.
I have a question for the exposure.
Muddy our whole thinking of the 60s. We don't have too much footage of it.
Johnny, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what if a guy like that we were considering top 10 won a chip, right? And like you just look at the box score, didn't average double figures, and was the 7th option on his team, still won the championship. Does he get credit, or is that kind of like a knock all time?
Everybody gets credit for a championship. I give Chalmers credit. But he asked me this question, Peter. I give Chalmers credit for the Heat winning I give Chalmers credit for the Heat winning championships. I give John Paxson credit. Everybody matters, bro. You have a team. You have to have a team to win a championship. No one player gets the credit for winning a championship. Are you the best player on your team? That's a different scenario. Who was the best player on Bill Russell's 11 championships? Bill Russell.
That's, it's different because look at somebody like Draymond Green who averaged less than 10, everything. He's very impactful. But Bill Russell was a 5-time MVP. So that's a huge difference.
No, it's a huge difference. I'm just saying there have been series and
MVPs on that Boston Celtics.
there have been series and whatnot where Bill Russell like his numbers were wildly, especially early on in his career. Like his numbers were obviously his rebounds were there, but he was the fifth, sixth that guy. Like I get it, scoring's on everything, and you're a great defensive monster, but I mean he was getting like 1959. Like
what,
he was
56 guy in what? And what? Like
like
scoring I'm saying no for the season or for the series?
For the entire playoff run.
Probably both.
And the season,
There's playoff runs where Bill Russell was the leading scorer for the playoffs.
Yeah, he had a couple of those for sure. But
perfect example of why back in the days people respected you as a basketball player more than your stats and your actual points per game. This is why he won the MVP. The players voted him as the MVP.
Thank you.
There you go, Johnny.
Ruins.
I mean, how does it stack up though? I mean, like I get it, and I've always said
Bill Russell being the fifth scorer on his team. I think the MVP completely ruins that. So if he didn't get those MVPs, it'll be a completely different story.
Mind you, you couldn't
I mean,
vote
where do you?
for your own
I'm just
teammate.
asking at what point you draw the line, right? Like, okay, you're doing this, but if you're always being and like this is maybe he goes to Peter's point is like, okay, I get it. You're doing all these things. You're the engine, but I mean, there's tons of times where players are just consistently the better scorer. Like they shoot way better than you from the field.
But he was the best player in the league, the MVP.
You know what I'm saying? He's the best player.
Yeah, like the MVP ruins that narrative.
Yeah, he had the respect from the other players, opposing players.
Yeah. Exactly. In 1962, he averaged 16.6 points. I'm sorry, my bad. Okay. I'm sorry, 18.9 points per game, right? But he averaged 23 rebounds per game. And it's not mentioning how he blocks shots and how he affects the game in that sense. He led the team in the playoff points. He had 22 points per game and 26 rebounds, shooting 45%. Do you know how good you have to be to shoot 45% in the early 60s? He has Bob Cousy shooting 35%. Tom Hyacinth shooting 39%. You have Frank Ramsey shooting 37%. These are the guys that y'all saying are better scorers than him. Then obviously we have Sam Jones who shoots 44%. He's obviously a good scorer as well. But Bill Russell's right there with him, and Bill Russell's doing more than that. Bill Russell's rebounding. He's the leading. Well, he was the second leading in assists. He's also blocking shots, and he's shutting down everything. He's changing the entire aspect of the game.
That's why
that's the season he had the back-to-back 30-30s against Will. So just like I said, it wasn't always one way or the other.
Look at the 1959 NBA Finals where they shot.
Will is
hold on, wait, no.
Russell probably was standing on something.
But if we go to the 1962 season, the same season we're looking at with these players, right? We know Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points per game. He averaged 25 rebounds per game. So they weren't looking at that. Just like y'all say, box score merchants. That's what y'all want to do. When I do it, y'all get mad at me. When those players were telling you, well, listen, I don't care how many points Wilt Chamberlain was averaging. He doesn't affect the game more. He's not more valuable than Bill Russell.
Oscar averaged a triple-double, and the players still said Bill Russell was the best player in the league.
But they also told us that the man choked out a mountain lion. So I don't know where to go with a lot of what they say, bro. Like,
but we know. Wait. Peter. We know Wilt Chamberlain did score 50 and 25. There is no way we know if he fought a mountain lion. That we will never know. We will never know that. But at least we know with the numbers that he did. But again, it's the perceptions we're talking about, right? Because remember, Peter, you said you value points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks. Well, back then they saw Bill Russell's 20-something rebounds and all the block shots just as important as Wilt Chamberlain's 20 rebounds and his 30 points. They saw it as the same.
A lot of background noise and hits.
Peter. So that's the point, Peter, is that how we want to value stuff, yeah, we all are allowed to have it, but in reality, none of us are right or wrong with it. But in reality, the true fact of the matter is that back then they saw Bill Russell as he affected the game across the board. Because it wasn't like, oh, we don't have to worry about him on offense. He was going to score on you if you didn't guard him and protect the basket. He was going to get the rebound and put it back up on you. So you had to stop him not only on offense but on defense. There's nothing you can do. because he's basically telling you you can shoot all you want out there. When you come in here, it's a wrap. You're not gonna get nothing in here at all.
Are there any full games on YouTube of Bill Russell?
Yes, you can find some full games of Bill Russell if you want to. They have the whole second half of the 1969 NBA Finals available on YouTube because that was what they showed.
Do that one day like we did Jordan.
I think Bob Cousy was probably the best one.
Listen, you ain't got to say nothing, Brandon. We got some time left here. Let's see if we can find some Bill Russell moments, because again, Bill Russell was a basketball player. It's not about just scoring. Because remember, I told you that, Peter, that there were guys like Willis Reed and Oscar Robertson and Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. All those guys scored more than him, but nobody still saw those guys as better players than Bill Russell. It was only Will Chamberlain, because Will Chamberlain could do all three. Will Chamberlain just
maybe Johnny, maybe my mind is corrupted because of when I was born. Because when I go back and I look at Wes Unseld stats, I'm looking like, how did this dude win MVP? Like, I don't get it at all.
What he did, because he protected the paint, he rebounded. Back then, you wanted to get to the paint. You didn't want to take a 20-foot jumper. Nobody could shoot back then like that. So if you couldn't get to the paint and control the boards, you were losing. That was the point of the game. That's why Wilt Chamberlain changed his whole style. I'll rebound, I'll protect the paint, and I'll pass the ball, and I'll let all these other guys do what they do best. And he started winning more, and he won more MVPs doing that. Wilt Chamberlain won more MVPs averaging less than 30 than he did averaging over 30.
Facts.
Sucks for him.
And Unseld was so great at screening. He was so great at setting screens that the guy would get open shots off his screens and over screen assists.
We talking about GOAT. We talking about GOAT. No, but yes, but in the context of the conversation is goated niggas who's GOAT category. And you gonna tell me about some goddamn screen set?
Yes, that wins games, though, Peter. If it wins games, and they understand that
matters.
Peter is looking at the overall talent of Bill Russell. That's what he's doing. He's looking at the overall talent of Bill Russell.
He was less talented, but he was more intangible.
You know that he was not as talented as majority of the players, probably all the players in the top 20. But then again, that was just a different era.
Yeah, but he's definitely more talented than the players he was playing in his era. That's the point.
Yeah, it's just a different era. That's all it was. Just like when y'all try to tell me that Jerry West was better than Penny Hardaway. It's just a different era.
See, look, they valued this, Peter. Look, they valued rebounds. Look, boom, that's it. You missed. We going on the other side. Look at him running, trailing. Look at him. Look, screen the shot, open man. Look, boom, wide open. Off the screen.
He made that play right there.
Game, not highlights. He wants to see a full game, not highlights.
Look.
Because
Come on, look at this. This is a big man bringing the ball up. Look at this. Bam. You
made the
that's
play.
What I'm saying. He's a playmaker on both sides of the ball. Look at this, running in transition.
Then again, during this game, there was 70 misses.
That's true. Look, running in transition. Look, who don't want a big man that runs in transition?
Yeah, but then again, the rest of the game, there was 70 to 80.
We're going the other way. Look, we're going the other way. Look, we're going the other way. This is great basketball, sir.
Remember,
look at this. He got more of a left hand than Jordan had. He could dribble with his left hand better than Jordan could.
Here
look,
we go.
Going left. Oh my God. Here we go. Look, Bill Russell. Left-handed. Get that out of here. Man, he was left-handed, so we got to give him. He was left-handed.
Russell was
again, he's controlling the game.
Man, look at all those electricians.
Oh God, here we go again.
All the milkmen.
Yo, Bob, I'm gonna get Bob.
That guy delivered my paper.
Travis. I'm gonna get Bob Cousy to pull up on you. Bob Cousy can still debate. He sure said JJ Redick straight.
Hey, we're gonna leave Bob.
That was a clown take.
Bob Cousy alone. Bob Cousy thinks LeBron's the GOAT. Leave him alone.
God bless God, Bob Cousy, man.
Hey, look at these steals, but they don't count for Bill Russell. Look at these steals. Look, a steal. Look, they don't count that. Here go. Look, a steal.
They don't even count. Still in the inbound.
Watch this. Steal. Look at this. Look at that. Steal. They didn't even count that. Not to mention he was a coach player. Look, another steal. He's doing everything on the basketball court in an era where players couldn't do much.
Hey, maybe Chilltown could give us some more some context. Like, how do I contextualize the 60s? Because remember, the discussion is not if he's great or none of that. It's, is it fair for me to say Michael Jordan is clearly better? Because from my perspective, it seems that Bill Russell was pedestrian offensively. Is that fair? And how do we contextualize that era to where I can make a fair comparison between, let's say, him and a Jordan? How do I do that? I don't know how to do it.
It's just different games, man. It really is. It's different games. Back then was all about pace.
Bill Russell dominated the game a different way than Jordan.
Yeah, and it's like comparing.
And that's the beauty of basketball,
Most of
man.
the time, he was the champion, basically all the time. So
yeah, you got a lot of background noise there, Peter.
You just have to have their era. You just
Like, you
can't
never-
say Michael Jordan is better because he's more skilled than Bill Russell.
Brandon, you was a scorer, right? Brandon, you was a scorer when you played, right? Okay. You ever played with somebody that just never scored, but somehow you was just like, man, I like playing with this dude because he was just making all the right plays. He was just getting the right steals at the right time, blocking shots, rebounding. He was always just doing something. Like, do you remember, like, if there was a player you played with, you was one time, he was like, man, this guy don't score?
Both players I played with, they played their role. Some people was great defensively, and that's what
Nobody
we
said
needed.
I bust your ass because I got 10 assists and 10 rebounds. Motherfuckers say I bust your ass because I dropped 30 on you.
Yeah, because it's all about scoring.
But you know what? That 10 assist, 10 rebound guy is going to win more often than not. And it's about the W.
And that's why Wilt Chamberlain never said he bust Bill Russell's ass, because at the end of the day, Wilt Chamberlain had the more points, but who walked away with the victory? Bill Russell. So you never bust my ass. You never busted my ass.
We can do wins culture. We can do wins culture, but we can't do rings culture.
What you mean? That's what we told you. But first of all, he's the reason why there is no ring culture. Because unless you respect his 11, you don't care about winning.
Everybody
don't really care.
No, they just try to discredit him because he has more rings than Jordan. That's all. It's 15 points per game.
Somebody in your chat said he did it against unathletic white boys. I wanted to know if that was a LeBron fan or Jordan fan. I don't know what. He never answered.
Oh, trust me, that was a Zesty Jeffrey and a Jordan fan. Trust me. Trust me. You ain't never
answered, so we'll never know.
You ain't never gonna hear a LeBron fan disrespect Bill Russell. Never.
It's Jordan fan.
Never. He doesn't make us feel bad because we appreciate a player at the overall aspect of what they did.
I don't see
how you called him trash the other day.
The same argument you can make for LeBron over Russell, you can make for Jordan. They literally have the same argument over Russell. So I don't understand how
it's the only
can be upset.
Jordan has over LeBron is the rings. But then when you bring in Bill Russell, they start talking about his points per game.
It's not the only thing, but we can get into that down the road.
When I compared my top five, which is LeBron, Wilt, Kareem, Jordan, and Russell, to all the accomplishments and the stats that existed in Bill Russell's era, Jordan didn't match up to him at all. The other three did.
How?
As Jordan said himself, like how do I disrespect?
If we go off of just championships, MVPs, points per game, rebounds per games, assists per games, all-star selections, all NBA selections, Jordan does not match up to Bill Russell. You have to add the defensive player of the year, the all defensive selections. You have to add steals. You have to add blocks. Jordan does not beat Bill Russell if we just go off of what existed in Bill Russell's era. He does not.
What? He beats him in
what?
He beats him in categories that doesn't exist in Bill. He beats him in categories.
Sure. I mean, that's why you can't really compare. I mean, it's just you're talking about there was no when did they introduce all defensive team, right? Like
in 1969. In 1969.
Yeah. So I mean, and like
that's what I'm saying. If you
I've always said, that's why I don't rank.
You have to add in things that Bill Russell wasn't able to get to.
Yeah, that's why I don't rank him, because you're using a straw man argument. Like you can't.
It's not.
You can't really rank them.
I'm going to assume he hits 13 all NBA defensive selections.
He'd have that. He'd have like 8 DPOYs too. He'd be the GOAT.
Those didn't exist, so it doesn't matter.
And he'll have 4,000 blocks. He'll have 3,000
7 or 8 blocks a game. You wouldn't even be talking about who the GOAT was.
A couple of them. What would we'll challenge them in a couple of? So let's just say 6 and 7. I don't know.
Yeah, he'd have like
Bill Russell have more rings, more finals MVPs, more rebounds, more steals, more blocks. I mean,
more DPOYs.
Yeah, deep everything.
More all
Like
defensive selections, have everything. More all first teams.
it would be Bill Russell if everything existed for
Yeah,
Jordan.
it would be Bill Russell, and we wouldn't have this conversation.
But then again, it's the era that they played in. It's a completely different era that you can't
so
really compare those.
you can't really rank Wilt or Bill Russell.
You can rank them, but it's group. It's like
you can if your Zesty Jeffrey heart can handle the pain that goes along with it. That's
Jordan went
that's it.
That's
It didn't hurt me when I realized that Bill Russell was better than Jordan at all. I just realized he was better than Jordan. I just moved on with my life. It was fine.
He's also better than LeBron.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
There we go.
And every
time he would have more this, more that, more this, more that.
No, because when I went by again, when I go by what Bill Russell had for his career, and including LeBron, meaning removing LeBron's all defensive selections, his steals, his blocks, and all that, LeBron still surpasses him because LeBron is greater because he has 20 All NBA selections. Does Jordan have 20 All NBA selections?
That means nothing.
Jordan had 13 and a half real seasons. Remember, Lamar?
All NBA.
13 and a half real seasons. That's what he tells me.
He has more points. He has more.
How can he get 20
he has
in
more
13
all-star
years?
selections. The only thing he's
all-star selections.
Mind you, Bill Russell has 12 finals appearances. LeBron has 10. Remember, Jordan has half of that.
You're talking about someone who played like twice as long as Bill Russell.
And that's another reason why he's better than Jordan, because he played longer than Jordan. It's another reason why he's better than Jordan.
You relate more accolades.
Even if you add Jordan,
that's the part of it. You can't take it away. That's not my fault
first.
that you don't respect somebody who plays longer than Jordan. It's not my
No,
fault.
at the end of the day,
long enough.
This is what I want y'all to understand, man. My perspective is these guys are all the gods of the game.
Yeah.
We just use these little conversations to separate the gods. Like,
plus you're saying that more All-Stars and All-NBAs are better than what? 7 more rings?
Overall. If we just going off of the rings, nothing beats Bill Russell.
And there's no overall when you're comparing someone.
Nothing beats Bill Russell if we going off of just rings.
There's no overall when there's no overall when you're comparing to someone who didn't have access to those awards.
I jumped off of the same awards. He had access to 20 All NBAs. He just never got there because he wasn't as great as LeBron.
Wake up, Travis. Wake up.
No.
13 and a half.
He would have had more all defensive awards. He would have had more DPOYs.
I'm not going off of all of that. We already said that. We agree that. That's what we agree. But that's not what we're going off of. We said of what existed in Bill Russell's career. When we did that, Jordan didn't pass Bill Russell. Wilt did, Kareem did, and LeBron did. I did the numbers. I have the show. I will show it to you, motherfuckers. I don't talk without knowing what the fuck I'm talking about.
Unless it's about Anthony Davis.
I even had that. I got proof of this last take with Anthony Davis.
Y'all are wild, man.
It's not wild because I don't come up here just to say shit. Literally, if I was going to do that, I would have never started the show with Brandon. I would have never did this. This is show up.
You know what y'all need to do? You know what I think y'all need to do? I suggested this before.
Hold on. Who the fuck shows up every day just to do nothing in life? Who the fuck does that? You got to do something in life, bro. If I'm going to do a fucking show, I'm going to do it correctly. I'm going to provide you real information, not because of my fucking feelings. I keep telling y'all I took my feelings out of it because when I put my feelings in, Jordan's still not better than LeBron. Fuck Bill Russell. He's still not better than LeBron.
Sounds pretty emotional.
Exactly.
You know what I think y'all need to do to settle this?
I'm tired of you telling me don't be emotional and looking for my emotions. Then when I give it to you, you start fucking crying like a baby. I was objective just now. You asked me.
So emotional, baby. Every time I think of you.
American Idol now.
That's what it sounded like when I said Michael Jordan went better than Russell. That's what it sounded like when I said that shit. That's when I heard crying from grown-ass men. Crying. I cry, then you cry, then we cry.
I need a clip of him crying.
Together. If I cry, then Ro cries, and Peter cries with Travis. Because you can't fucking prove your fucking point. It's not my fucking problem.
American Idol over there. I think, I think a good way to settle this, man, I think we need to do an all-time all-time fantasy draft. And
I've been wanting to do
simulate that shit on 2K.
So y'all could pick fucking Klay Thompson over Scottie Pippen?
If that's what you prefer. If that's what you prefer, pick it all. I want to see who picks the best team from the all-time.
I always pick the best team.
I tried that. I did a Friday night show. I asked you guys to come up with a team with the best roster. I was going to give you guys $100 for the person who was going to win. You motherfuckers didn't show up.
But are y'all going to simulate it on NBA 2K?
No,
I was
going to use the points per games, rebounds, and all of that. I gave a point system for everything. Everything.
Who did win that?
No, nobody didn't win it. Only you, Herm, and 2 other people.
I wasn't here at the time. So
I did it. Y'all didn't do it. It wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't even that long.
I had the best team.
Yeah, so I did that. Y'all always talking shit, but never prepared. I get mad at me for being prepared. When
I'm always sure you don't take Magic Johnson because that's my first round pick.
I'm always prepared.
Let's let Mr. Duke in. He is a GJK member. Peace and blessings, brother. What do you got for this conversation, brother?
Man, what's going on, man? I'm really new to YouTube, so I just came on to say one thing, bro. I appreciate y'all show. Y'all have like probably the best basketball channel on YouTube. I had like discovered y'all channel maybe 6 months ago, and I y'all show every single day, bro. Like this is the basketball show that I've ever watched, bro. That is speaking on their feelings, and Kobe is over this man because of his fadeaway, and like y'all really talk basketball, and like I don't care who y'all have as the GOAT. That's fine. But what I realized about this show is when y'all speak on who y'all think is the GOAT, y'all speak facts. It's not feelings. And like it's just a great show, man. I'm glad I found y'all show, man. Go James Kingdom, the best show on YouTube, man. Y'all some dope guys, man. All y'all, bro.
Appreciate it. That's all of y'all now. That's all of y'all. That's not just me and Brandon. That's you, Craig. That's you, Travis. That's all of y'all. That's all of you gentlemen. Peter, Peter, that's you.
Even
all of y'all gentlemen.
Mr. Duke said I'm his favorite already. So
And then like I ain't gonna lie. Once I discovered y'all show, I swear to God, bro, I stopped. I don't watch ESPN no more. I don't watch Fox Sports no more. I'm like, man, why was I listening? Like when I tune into y'all show, like y'all teach me so much about basketball. Like even like I was in the comments one time, and T Perfect was like, come up to the screen. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to argue with nobody. Y'all teach me. Y'all teaching me. I'm not trying to argue with no one. I joined your channel to up my basketball IQ because this is what I do. I cut hair and talk basketball. Facts.
Nice.
So, y'all got a dope show, bro.
So let me ask you, Mr. Duke. Let me ask you something because I remember. So no. Somebody went on Chill Towns Live one day and said that he be having Michael Jordan highlights and video on his phone for when anybody show up talking about LeBron's the GOAT. So do you have like a pre-saying before you get into an argument with somebody like LeBron is my GOAT, and like do you use like GOAT James Kingdom information when you debating people in your barbershop? Do you do that, brother? That would be so cool though to know that our information.
Yes.
Oh, that's great, man.
Bro,
Great.
Go James. I'm gonna tell you something. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, like you teach me so much. You give me so much ammo on Jordan. It's crazy. You teach me stuff I ain't even know. And me and you about around the same age. I'm 42. I'm going on 43. And so I watch Jordan, but you teach me to like what the NBA do. They don't show you old Jordan of him getting his ass kicked. Like you told me, like Jordan choked. I'm like, hold up, Jordan choked. So I went and got off the stream and did my research. I'm like, damn, Jordan did choke. But the NBA
Duke in the barbershop cooking food, bro.
You know what Johnny did clip this entire speech.
It's not my fault, man. Y'all
on the screen, bro. I be on the
Duke
screen.
over there cooking.
Duke
over there cooking his own clients, bro.
Yeah, I be
cut your hair and cook them.
Thanks to you.
Hey, Imagine how good you got to be at giving a haircut that you still show up to find out that Michael Jordan's not your GOAT. That must be a Zesty Jeffrey nightmare. The man who can cut my hair the best got LeBron as the GOAT.
Hey, look, Go James. The dopest thing you ever said was if you talking to a Jordan fan, the more they talk, the more they tell you why Jordan ain't the GOAT. It's crazy.
They actually give you their like whole criteria, and you be like, East Row and say it's LeBron James.
I learned that from Brandon. Brandon taught me that. I didn't know that. Brandon was like, listen, just let him talk. Hey, Johnny, stop cutting him off. Stop this. Let him talk. Just let him talk. And they talk themselves right into a wall.
See, I'm not even a Jordan fan.
Like Peter say, right, Peter, keep him in the pocket. Peter, keep it in the pocket. Keep him in the pocket.
You got to stay in that pocket, bro.
And then what's crazy is, man, I'm a fan of all these guys. I'm a fan of Kobe. I'm a fan of Bron. I'm a fan of Jordan. Bron is my GOAT, but I'm a fan of all these guys. I don't have to hate on Jordan to make him GOAT. Bron is the GOAT.
Yeah, but your phone is going in and out.
He started saying LeBron is a GOAT, and his phone was like, "I have."
Yeah, your phone. Yeah, your phone. You must got an Android, like Brandon. Y'all love them Androids. Y'all need to step up and get yourselves an iPhone.
You got a Jeffrey phone.
You still got an Android. You ain't got an Android.
I can
You tell somebody with an iPhone they got an Android, but they get mad at you, boy. They might even fight you over that. Don't never want no Android.
I ain't got no Android, man. I ain't got no Android, bro. I got an iPhone.
Those iPhones just mess up all the time.
I was just want to tap in real quick, man, to tell y'all guys y'all doing dope work. Y'all show is dope. I love y'all show, man, and keep up the good work, man.
Thank you. We appreciate you, man. Listen, man, thanks for your support. I'm glad you got your package. Mr. Duke is a Kings Garden member, Brandon, so he got a hat and a t-shirt sent to him. I'm also working on a new poster for the 100th episode of the Friday Night Exposure, so there's going to be a new poster available to GOAT James Kingdom members. So we're going to have some fun with that there. So, with that being said, man, let's get ready for these finals, man. We had a good show. We talked about some great game 7s. I guess.
Hey, Johnny, I got one question before you go. I got a question for T Perfect, but go ahead though. I don't want to cut you off.
Okay, yeah. Before you ask T Perfect that question, I want to answer Adrian Knight's question. He was asking me, "Am I ever going to get Michael Jordan behind Tim Duncan?" Because he knows I got Tim Duncan 6th and Jordan's 5th. So no, what I'm thinking about doing though is because Mike and Kobe need to be back to back. I might move Kobe up to 7th. Oh no, Kobe to 6th. I might move Kobe to 6th. So that he can be, then I would have to skip. He would have to skip Dr. J and Tim Duncan to get.
He's not better than Timmy though.
So so I can move Mike behind Tim Duncan and move Kobe ahead of Dr. J, and they be back to back at 6 and 7. Pause.
I want to hear the reason for that.
There is no reason for that other than just getting Zesty Jeffries mad. Logically, Jordan's top 5 for sure. The other day I was going to I was gonna make a post where Brandon and I kicked Jordan out the top 3, but I don't think Jordan's out the top 3 for Brandon yet. I don't think he's out of the top 3 for Brandon.
Jordan 3 for me.
Yeah, Jordan's still number 3 for Brandon, so he's not there yet. He's not there yet. I gotta find a way to throw Kareem in there. You got Kareem 2nd, so it's Wilt or Russell. I gotta convince Russell. We gotta do it, Russell. with Russell. So the 5-0 don't help Brandon. The 5-0 in Game 7s. Jordan was 2-1 in Game 7s, underperformed.
Well, the 5-0 in the finals. Let's not forget that.
Wait, what's up, Peter Backjuice?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So go ahead, Peter Backjuice. Because he's a real Jordan.
Yeah,
fan.
Man. So I heard Brandon. I heard T Perfect say something yesterday, man. That just it fried my brain, man, to no end, bro. When you said that Andrew Wiggins, correct me if I'm wrong, either said he should have won Finals MVP or he had a legit case of Finals MVP. I'm just trying to hear based on what. And then then you insulted me and said that I ain't watched the games. And so what case does Andrew Wiggins have for Finals MVP?
So, I mean, when you watch that actual series, like, he was their, like, beyond the box score, he was one of their best defenders. He was, their second scoring option? and he was. I'm not saying that he should have actually won MVP, but to say that he had zero case for it and it was all Steph is just. I mean, he was a huge contributing factor on that team. Like beyond the stats. I mean, obviously, I think Steph deserved it, but he wasn't like Steph had better finals performances for sure.
I
So
think
I mean,
for the playoff run, Wiggins was very valuable. I think that's what you're talking about, like the whole playoff run, and how impactful he was.
I mean, even in the finals, yeah.
I'm just saying, not specifically the finals, but throughout that whole playoffs, Wiggins was very impactful. So he was like,
okay. Travis, you are aware that Steph went, and you're a big. I'm not even a proponent of the true shooting thing, but you are aware that Steph went 31, 6, and 5 on like 70% true shooting. You are aware of that, right?
Sure. I'm looking at the stats right now.
That he was. Wiggins has no case, none. Okay, and not only the overall averages in Game 2 when they were in danger of going down 0-2 on their home floor, Steph by far was the best player. When they were in danger of going down 3-1 in Game 4, that's when he had a 40-point, 10 rebound game, so that wasn't close at all. And then the closeout Game 6 wasn't close at all. Wiggins has no case, none. But
hey, man,
that's all I wanted to
agree. Love the team and rebounds, blocks. Yeah, I mean and also I mean you're talking about like the volume is wildly different too. So I mean it's obviously I think Steph deserved it, but it's just like the same thing with Pau Gasol. Like they had similar numbers, similar performances, but I mean he was look at his numbers, like he wasn't scoring as much, but he was doing everything else too. And he was their best defender by far.
Nobody cared about Finals MVPs. Iguodala's, Chauncey Billups, Wes Unseld.
Everybody cares about him. That's the problem.
I got the ring. I got the ring. As long as the ring is in my possession.
If you get one final MVP, it was a fluke. You got to do it more than once for it to mean something.
That's true too. That you know what? Now that you say that, Craig, that's a possibility. That's possible that the guys who only really got one Finals MVP, besides Dwayne Wade's, because Dwayne Wade doesn't matter.
King's Speech, you have LeBron at 8th. Everything else said you have to say is
number one.
LeBron's number one on King's Speech Rose list, sir.
Okay.
But going back to the Wiggins, it was like you were saying, it's like the Andre Iguodala, Kawhi Leonard, how he helped slow down the best player on the Celtics. So that's why people were saying it. But then again, I believe Steph Curry should have been Finals MVP. But that was the narrative that was going
the same
around.
thing with 2010 Kobe. Like I believe obviously he should have been MVP too, but just they had certain great performances.
I believe Paul Gasol definitely should have been that Finals MVP.
Listen,
I don't think
that'd be for the Simmers.
Listen, yeah,
that wasn't a reason for Kobe to have it.
West winning it in 69, Magic winning it in 80. Oh, there's a lot of MVPs that
there's
we
a
can
lot
just
of
Magic winning in 80 was crazy. I mean,
even when James Worthy won the MVP off of the Game 7, Magic had the better series.
Exactly. So that's why I always say the Finals MVP. It isn't an award. I don't like to dismiss it, but to hold as much weight as people try to put on it,
it holds the second highest weight of
any
any
more
award.
weight than rings, right? Because there's more people with rings without a Finals MVP than there is with a Finals MVP. So it should hold something.
It holds a lot of weight for it to be a
that's the reason why y'all say
series.
Kobe's a sidekick, because he don't have those Finals MVPs for his first three. So it has to hold something for y'all to say that.
Great take.
I think there should be a playoffs MVP that would have solved everything. It should have been a playoffs MVP other than a Finals MVP.
Y'all literally say that about LeBron and Kobe. LeBron got 4 Finals MVPs. Yeah. Kobe got 2. Y'all literally use it when it's convenient. But
no, that's Jordan fans use it as a deciding factor in the
because you was the best player.
That's what you use.
Best place you
we all know Michael Jordan was the best player in the playoffs. Period. It should be the playoffs MVP, and Michael Jordan would definitely have 6 of them. But since it's the MVP, it takes away from a lot. That's why Steph Curry only has 1 when he should have more.
Yeah, he should have more.
Have there ever
And
been a
there's players in
unanimous
the
final
league
MVP?
MVPs that should have more than
Yeah.
one league MVP.
I believe in 2022, Steph was unanimous. LeBron's always been unanimous.
Finals MVP? Like
Yeah.
how many people get to vote on it?
It's like 7 or
Same
9.
people that vote for the All NBAs and All Star, they just a selected few. They're just the higher ups now. The same people that vote for the All Star.
It's just a few of them. It's just a few of them in the Finals MVP.
Yeah. So if their opinions don't count for the Finals MVP, why should they count for the league MVP, for the All NBAs, for the All Star? What's the difference?
I'm not saying their votes don't count. I'm just saying, to me, it's the 7-game sample, 5-game sample.
I think the NBA
Yeah,
did a disservice by
the
just
most
making
important
Finals MVP.
7-game series you will ever have in your career.
Yeah,
Some
I think the
people don't
NBA
make
did a disservice having it just the Finals MVP. It should have been the postseason MVP.
It says here.
Well, I mean, you have to win the finals to get that, though, right?
Yeah, you should, but it should be the postseason MVP. It should be all of it instead of one
So
4
you
to
could
7
have a
games.
spectacular first round and didn't have be a playoff MVP because you had a spectacular first round.
No, it should be the whole thing. Everything counts. All you did.
Everything should be just the first round. That wouldn't make sense.
That's what they did in the ABA. The ABA was the finals of the playoffs. It wasn't
That's
the
a pretty good idea.
It was the
If
MVP
you
of the playoffs, not
title,
the final.
the best player throughout that run should be the MVP of the whole playoff run, not just the 4 to 7 game series.
That's actually a great idea.
That's smart.
It should have been that way in the beginning. It didn't really make sense to just have it for a 4-game series, 7-game series.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah. But let me answer this question and we can get up out of here. It says, GOAT James Kingdom. So do it mean we need to go back to the top 75 and take out who never made the finals then? No, we don't never do that. Again, we are
point. The NBA, the people who pay these players paycheck, they came out with a list of the top 75 greatest players out of all the 1,000. That should be it. No one else will see you at the top 100. Everyone else, you got to wait till they get to the top 100. These are the top 75 guys ever. That's it. You got to wait till they get to the top.
But they got guys like Tom Gola on there and stuff.
We got to wait 25 years for the top 100.
And they gonna finally put Dwight. They finally gonna put Dwight Howard in there. They finally gonna put Dwight Howard in.
We'll work from the top 75 for now.
And T-Mac's in it, right? Is T-Mac in the top 75, right? No, yeah.
No, he's not. He's not.
They're gonna have to put T-Mac.
No, he's not.
He's in it. Ridiculous.
That's
And he's joined the Colt bandwagon with all this ring culture talking about, yo, if I would have had Shaq, I'd have won too. All this grind.
The worst yes man in sports right now is Steve Nash.
He would have. Why not?
I mean,
They would have won. They would have won more championships because he would never argue with Shaq. He would have never argued with Shaq.
Tracy McGrady he's a hypocrite. He's a big hypocrite because he left Vince Carter because he wanted more shine. So of course he was going to leave Shaq.
Well, no, I thought it was for more money. No, wasn't it more money?
More money. He left because he wanted his own team. I wouldn't want to hear nothing come out of T-Mac's mouth about
and
if
he was there before. He was there before. Remember, he got drafted in '97. Carter was in '98. Yeah. So they only played 2 seasons, and he left for 01 to Orlando.
In 2000, yeah. But I thought it was. I thought because he was getting more money. That's why.
He could have signed with them. I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to. That's why Vince was pissed off. He didn't talk to him for like a whole summer.
No, but another thing too, though, signing with the Toronto Raptors and getting 30% of your money taken away is a big difference than moving to Florida and getting no state income tax. It's a big difference.
T-Mac didn't care about winning at that point.
So you say he went just to be a star, just so he could average 30 points a game.
He wouldn't want to play with Shaq.
So he wouldn't want to play with Shaq neither. Oh, so then
I said if Tim Duncan would have came to Orlando, and if it was Orlando, Hill, and McGrady, they would have won a championship.
McGrady would not have wanted to go, I'm pretty sure.
He would have won it with Duncan.
He didn't want to play with Vince Carter. Why would you want to play with Grant Hill and Tim Duncan?
I would rather play with Duncan than Vince Carter. Remember, Tim Duncan was going to play on Orlando. They was literally about to sign Duncan and some bullshit about being on a plane. And Duncan was like, you know what? I'm going to stay in San Antonio. And he re-signed with San Antonio. Duncan was about to leave.
Would have went somewhere else. He would have went somewhere else.
Duncan was going to go.
No, he was going to go. He was going to go to Orlando. That was something that was going to happen.
I'm pretty sure he wanted if all those players, like he wanted his own team.
Now I don't care what you tell me. If he's on the 2000 Lakers with Shaq, they're winning a championship. He's on the 2001.
He wouldn't be on that team. He wouldn't have been complaining like Kobe. Well, Kobe didn't complain till later, but Trace McGrady was complaining early in his career about playing with a better player than him. Why would
he was fresh out of high school?
Yeah, he
who's
was
better?
complaining.
Who's better, Vince? Who's better, Vince or Tracy?
Tracy. Easily.
Back then it was Vince.
Yeah, back then when he left, it was Vince Carter, and he wanted to show that he was actually a good basketball player. So he would not have wanted to play with a better player.
I could have swore it was because of money. I could have swore they weren't going to pay him the money. But hey, Kyrie Irving will be a top 100. He was supposed to be top 75.
Top 75, yeah.
Yeah, supposedly he got voted in, but they took him off the team because of the pandemic situation that he was doing all the crazy stuff that was going on around that time. So,
I think they picked 76 players too. They picked 76 instead of 75.
He didn't make the 76, but he definitely make top 100 for sure. Kyrie got to make top 100. Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and Pau Gasol, and Dwight Howard. Yeah, some other guys.
You can't name 99 or 100 players better than Kyrie Irving. There's no way.
Media would try.
Well, listen, we got another 20 years.
We don't know what's going to go for another, maybe.
Yeah, you got another 20 years. You never know. Another 20 years, it's just going to be all that. But either way, we don't got 20 years to sit here and have a conversation with you gentlemen. But you guys do know that every Sunday right here on GOAT James, we do this right here. Every Sunday noon Eastern time. We talk the game of basketball. We talk the GOAT of basketball. We have the GOAT debate. We attack it head on. And this is the only channel. Forget what y'all saying about us being a great basketball channel. Tell me what other basketball channel where you can have LeBron fans and Jordan fans and Kobe fans all at once talking basketball without it getting a little bit crazy and hectic, which it kind of does here sometimes. But we do a good job of letting people speak and everybody get a chance to have their conversation.
Motel room.
Yeah, Sunday. Oh well, the motel. Well, yeah, right. Where? Who in the motel room? Nobody in the motel. He only talks to himself. I heard him last night saying some silly stuff about Tracy McGrady too. I don't want to hear that stuff. But if you really want to have fun and open up the conversations and really get into a chaotic situation, show up on Saturday nights for the Radar, where Brandon, T Perfect, and John have great conversations. Last night they were talking about Game 7s. They were all here. Cop and police, scared to say the Pacers are going to win, even though they all believe the Pacers are going to win.
I said it loud and proud.
Well, you said it loud. Yeah, right. Loud and proud. And obviously, you know where to find me on the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where I go live every Friday night. And I just open up the panel for anybody who want to have a discussion with me. This past Friday's show was a blast. I had so much fun with who's the better player. And we're going to continue that every Friday night, where I'll give you guys a set of plays.
You guys were on there forever, man. Like 5 hours.
Yeah, they got to cry, Brandon. What else can you do in GOAT James Kingdom? Is either cry or accept facts. So, or you can be like Al. He's a Jordan fan. He smiles when he shows up on GOAT James Kingdom because it doesn't hurt him that we have LeBron as the GOAT. Matter of fact, there was a point in time he couldn't even say GOAT James Kingdom without stuttering. Now he says it completely fluently, no problem. He says GOAT James Kingdom. Check out the channel, check out the show. But y'all definitely check out the Alan Powell show, who goes live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Also, you can follow him and subscribe to his channels. Alan Powell Show is on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. He's all over the place as well. So y'all make sure to subscribe and follow Alan Powell Show, as he talks more than just basketball. He's a true sports fan. And obviously, don't forget, tonight we have play-by-play NBA Finals right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Who will win Game 7? Will it be SGA's historic NBA season, or will we have a phenomenal miracle run by the golden wearing in the Indiana Pacers? Because I was thinking about what's his name. I was thinking about Mike Epps just now because he was wearing that golden suit in the Game 6. But either way, somebody's going to raise that banner tonight and raise that trophy tonight, and we're going to be here to watch it. So make sure you join us. We had a great conversation about the Game 7 NBA Finals and all of the great Game 7s in NBA history, including Bill Russell's great games and why Game 7s mean so much, because Bill Russell showed you that in Game 7s you have to show up and ball out, and that's what he did. But with that being said, we had a great Sunday afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Make sure you subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, but also follow us on IG, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Discord. We are all over the place. And again, thank you for joining us on another great Sunday afternoon. Peace and blessings.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. You get to enjoy B. Lee and A. Johnny talk basketball every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Support by subscribing and also check out the membership at GOAT James Kingdom.